Hey, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming at you live Friday, February 3rd, 6:46 p.m. This is a Wednesday evening for me, so welcome to you wherever you are at right now in the world. And I see already got a few people on. I've only been on just seconds. And Wujita, my moderator and friend, thanks for being here. And who else is here? I saw hanging out early on before I even came on was Nee the Wonder Cat. And Mara, what's up there? Can't Stop Lying. Good to see you. Johnny, Dairy Free, um, Plant Based Powered, Stumpy, Cam, JL, VLAM, Amy, Gina Bird. A lot of names that I recognize, a lot of the regulars here. So welcome. Thanks for joining me on a brand new live stream here. Yeah, I wasn't sure when I was going to come on next. I don't know if you were watching last. I think I came on last. God, what was it? Friday or yeah, I think it was Friday night. Yeah, pizza night. Yeah, so thanks for helping out with that cause there. And yeah, so I've been really busy. I haven't really unless do you guys follow me on like social media on my Twitter? Let me see if I have a link to share with you guys here because that's it's probably a good idea to follow me on Twitter because I post a lot of info there. So let me get that out to you. Oh, yeah, I was saying, yeah, it was Angie's birthday yesterday. So we've been doing a lot of celebrating for the past, so basically since my last live stream on Friday. You guys kind of got us jump started, and we've been doing things for the past few days. So that's kind of disappeared a little bit. Actually, Angie's working on a vlog right now. We didn't vlog her birthday, strangely, but yeah, we had a really, really wonderful day, guys. It was a magical day yesterday. Like the creator of the universe kicked out some awesome weather for us, just totally. I feel like a spring or fall's day. The weather was amazing, and we had some great food, some vegan ice cream. We had some, we just had some good times together. So yeah, thank you guys. And the cake, strangely, yeah, I remember on the last live stream, yeah, we got a donation for some cake. Well, on Saturday, our friends, Man Eating Plant, they do like really good Asian fusion inspired vegan food. Well, they did a little pop up this weekend, and right next door to them is a local business that just recently opened up baked vegan sweets. So she just opened up shop right next door. So we went right next door after we got our Asian fusion vegan food, went next door to Baked Vegan Sweets here in Long Beach, and we got some like a cake thing, like a big brownie, something like that. I forgot what it was, really chocolatey and tasty. So that was her cake. So thanks guys for that. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff every day. It was basically, it kind of took a little break on Monday, but yeah, yesterday was her birthday on Tuesday. And so we're just kind of getting back in the flow of things today. I went to the post office today, took a bunch of your orders down for the, God, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Where is the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook? Here we go, right here. Took a bunch of orders down for Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. So thanks guys for that. If anyone wants to order some more, probably going to the post office Friday or Monday. But yeah, I took a bunch of orders down today. So yeah. Cool. Yeah, been just super busy with life and everything. So, let's see. What did we eat on her birthday? The coolest thing was we went down to downtown Disney, which just really recently opened up some outdoor dining. So we went to a place there called Tortilla Joe's. They have this vegan burrito. So we ordered it to go and just kind of ate it off. I don't know, like a really secluded part of downtown Disney where no one is at, basically out in the sunshine, just soaking it all up, 72 degrees, short sleeve shirts, eating the burritos. That was the funnest part. Then later on, we got some ice cream from Salt and Straw. I don't know if you guys heard us talk about that before. They're down there too. So we ate a little bit again off in a secluded part, brought more home, and ate some more later on that evening too. So that was the highlight of our eating day there. So what else you guys asking there? Oh, Johnny, yeah, I remember you told us about you had an accident working out last week. So you found out you tore your oblique muscle. You don't need surgery. Great. You just have to go. You have to go to physical therapy. Wow. How long do you think you'll be in recovery with that? Wow. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad you don't have to have surgery though. Yeah, it sounded pretty serious when we heard you the other day. Yeah, wishing you speedy recovery, Johnny. Couldn't have said it better, Jay. Yeah, I hope that vegan, the recovery that I get as a guy in my 50s from being plant based, you should be like, healing like that, hopefully. So I wish you a speedy recovery for sure. Let's see. Yeah, we had the vegan burrito yesterday. Going back to that at Tortilla Joe's, and it came with some green rice too, really, really green rice. So yeah, it was awesome. Let's see. Peter, I don't, yeah, you guys know more about James Aspey. I just saw an article in Vice today quoting his vegan Holocaust controversy thing. I don't know anything about a dog, too. What are you saying here? He rescued a dog, then let it die. Is that true, Peter? I'm not disputing you. I trust what you say there. How can that be? That's just like really like crazy. Not to say that you're crazy, but just like how can you be such a like vocal, ethical vegan and then do something like that? That makes no sense, huh? Anyway, man, that's a bummer to hear. Actually, I don't see my bots going. I remember last time all these chat bots happened, and so let me paste a link here to the Streamlabs in case you want to leave a donation or a super chat tip or whatever, Let me pin that message up top. And what's cool about them, like, yeah, the YouTube super chat's awesome, but Streamlabs is better because they don't take a percentage or anything like that. So if you want to do that, cool, but I just put it up there. I thought my chat bot would do it. It's always something not quite working right here. I saw a question about Tom Brady, like the football player Tom Brady. I'm more familiar with Mike Brady, but what about Tom Brady are you curious about? I'll give you my answer. Like what about him? Just kind of curious. Let's see, let me make sure my timers are all turned on here on my cloud bot. Let's see. Oh, it's going really slow here. Anyway, let's see what else you guys are asking here as I'm messing around with my technology. See, Peter said he just took a bunch of photos of the dog on his chest for Instagram, but let the dog die. How did he kill the dog? Just kind of curious. Yeah, what's the story with that, Peter? That just sounds just unimaginable. Please tell me more. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Let's see what else you guys are asking there. Downy Mildew, welcome time. Man, that name does ring a bell, but I'm not placing any. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind right there in my head. It does sound super familiar. Let's see. I don't even, it's funny you guys are bringing up Unnatural Vegan there. I don't even want to talk about Unnatural Vegan. I'm just glad she's not making any more dumb videos about me, so I have to make dumb responses to her. So yeah, I'm not a fan, as you know. And I saw Vegan Gains just did a pretty big video about her, right? On her versus that vegan teacher. I'll probably watch that soon. I saw that come up yesterday on Angie's birthday. So I didn't want to watch that during Angie's birthday, but I'll definitely check that out. Let's see. So what did he do, Peter? He basically found this dog, but he didn't really feed enough food. Eventually the dog passed away. Huh. Was the dog like sick when he got it too, I'm wondering? Let's see. God, my Streamlabs is not working good here for me today. I'm checking out, I'm trying to go to my little dashboard page. It's all kind of frozen on me. So no wonder why the bot, yeah, there's my bot. Okay, cool. It is working. Maybe I woke it up or something. Let's see. You're not a fan of Unnatural Vegan. I'm not a fan either. But again, I don't want to start any big controversy talking about her. I just had bad experiences. Anytime I make a rational response video about it, it turns into some kind of S show, so I just don't even want to get into that. But yeah, I'm glad a lot of you guys aren't big fans either. I make a point just to not watch any of her content, so I'm completely ignorant about what she's doing, unless you guys tell me something. You never heard of that vegan teacher, JL? I never heard of her until recently too. I know a lot of you guys are asking me about her over the months, and I don't watch. I don't have. I mean, I have TikTok, but I don't even know if it's on my latest phone or anything. But yeah, I don't use TikTok, so I don't know who she is. I know that's her primary medium. But yeah. All I really know is like from what I learned while making that response video to that Dr. Grande guy last week. I don't want to get into politics thinking out loud, but China has been doing some effed up S to Hong Kong. I don't know what's going on with Burma, but they're doing effed up S to Hong Kong. I don't think they've ramped up it to any new degree in the past, like, what, 3 weeks or so? No, 2 weeks, really. But actually, why are you calling him Sleepyhead? I mean, are you trying to do the Sleepy Joe thing that Trump is saying? Please, I mean, this is not a forum to come bag on Biden or anything. Not to say, he's the guy who was all gun ho. I really, yeah, there's no bones about it. I was really pulling for Andrew Yang or Bernie Sanders. Biden was like my last person on the ticket that I was hoping for. But it is what it is. I'm cool with it right now. I'm glad my medical insurance isn't going away anytime soon. I'm glad that they looks like they finally found a way to get some stimulus checks through to us. Yeah, they had to do a budget reconciliation vote, which rather than the Senate vote, which requires 60-40, a regular one, they had to do it through reconciliation, which required just a simple majority. So it looks like that's going to happen. Anyway, like I said, I don't really want to get into politics right now. Let's see. Yeah, great question, Peter. Do I think Bernie was shafted out of the nomination? Because he was the leader for so long, and that happened like 4 years ago too. It seems like okay, I know a little tiny bit about politics, guys. You guys know I was running for Long Beach City Council last year. And I was basically unaffiliated with any political party as far as my voter registration was for well over a decade. But I switched it over to Democrat last year around January just to try to get the party nomination. And in that process, I learned a lot about how the party works, how they kind of pick who they want despite what the public wants or who may be the best candidate. And it seemed like the little bit I was learning that, yeah, Bernie was not what the party heads, whoever controls it, was really wanting. So yeah, I think he got a raw deal there. That's my opinion from what I've seen. I can't prove that or anything. I'm just telling you my slightly informed speculation there. But yeah, running for president, I'll probably never run for president, but I'm thinking about political office again. I told you I learned a lot about how to do it right versus doing it wrong. So many things I was doing wrong, and that's great. I mean, that's cool. It's a learning experience, but yeah, I was a noob. I didn't have like great consultants helping me and stuff like that, so I know a lot more. So now if I were to get into politics again, I know how it's done right, how to run a winning race. Like anyone could sign up, and so, as long as you meet the basic qualifications and run in any race, basically, president, senator, local office. So now I know how to what's entailed to actually run a winning race. And if I can get all those pieces in place, I'll definitely think about doing that again. So anyway, yeah, thinking out loud. Yeah, I did a few videos about the person who won the race that I was in, Cindy Allen. She lives not even in Long Beach. She doesn't even live in our county, yet she found a way to finagle her way into it. And how she had the most money. Like the Long Beach Police Department gave her at least $50,000, which is no surprise because she was a former police officer, so they know that they would not have their budgets touched in any negative way or anything like that. So they got their candidate through. But yeah, that's how politics works. You need money to win. No matter how, it's not a battle of ideas. It's a battle of budgets, basically. So anyway, Yeah, Johnny, if I could have had a multimillionaire just donate me like $100,000 on my last race, it could have changed everything. $200,000, $300,000, I probably would have won, you know. But that's what you need. You need some kind of financial backing, either from an independent person like that, a PAC, a super PAC. You need some money to run in politics. It's sad, but true. So yeah, it helps if you're wealthy. If you could kick in $100,000 of your own wealth and not really miss it, cool. You know, most of us can't do that though. Um, let's see. I saw Russell Brand is jumping on that vegan teacher kind of. I don't even call it a bandwagon now. You know, discussion of that vegan teacher. So yeah, yeah, she's like totally blowing up right now. Hey, Uncle Walt, how's it going, Uncle Walt? Just got started here. I was just sitting around. You know, I'm gonna just go live tonight. What the hell? I wasn't totally planning on it. So, but here we are. I'm glad we're doing it. It's good to chat with you guys again. Yeah, right. Yeah, Bloomberg. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Yeah, he spent a small fortune of his own money there. And how long was he in the race for? Like a month, but he got in way too late. There's already a lot of money in that race, and you know, being a billionaire wasn't gonna just be able to buy your way in. Um, let's see. You never saw me in a fancy suit. I have some suits here. I wear them. I wore them a couple times. I made a couple videos with my suits on. I like wearing suits, believe it or not. You know, even though you hardly ever see me wearing fancy stuff, I like to wear like, you know, some. I mean, they're not that fancy. They're not like, you know, $1,000 suits or anything like that. But I like to dress up, and you know, I like it. I think I clean up all right. Yeah. Now, Uncle Walt, I don't have a schedule or anything. Yeah, Wujita, everyone's totally behaving here. Yeah, everyone's totally cool. But we got to watch out for that Uncle Walt here. Oh, no, just kidding. Yeah, Black Hiss. Yeah, Andrew Yang running for New York mayor. So that should be interesting. I'm kind of disappointed. I'd rather have him have a big office. I mean, run for a position on the national level. You know, it's kind of unfortunate that his ideas will just be for a city. But you know, I guess it's a stepping stone to something else. That's what I see it as. I mean, if you're running for president, you know, as he did in 2020, it shows he has some ambitions beyond mayor. But I'm happy for him. I hope he wins that. Oh, Wujita has an eye on Uncle Walt too. Awesome. All right, I gotta watch out for the Uncle Walt character there, especially the fake Uncle Walt, which I haven't seen yet. I think I banned the fake Uncle Walt, didn't I? Yeah, I have no tolerance for impersonators. Unless they're doing it and I know, yeah, it's totally unjust, but I don't like it when someone's trying to deceive us all, right? That's no cool. Hey, entirely honest, you're welcome. My pleasure to hang out with you guys tonight. Um, Peter, are all the clothes I own 100% vegan? I believe so. I always read the labels of everything. I can't imagine anything I've got that's not. I don't know. It's been a while since I bought anything, but I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah, Uncle Walt. Hey, good. You know, I've been thinking about doing this, Uncle Walt. Would you mind me making you a mod? I won't force you to have any of the responsibilities of a moderator, but just so I know it's not the fake Uncle Walt. Would you like that, Uncle Walt? Let me know, and I'll click the button to make you a moderator. Again, feel no pressure that you have to do anything special or anything, but you know, that way I'll make sure I'll see you because your name, you know, appears in a different color. It makes you stand out, and I'll know you're not the fake Uncle Walt. You know, so I don't set up some weird plan with the fake Uncle Walt. So let me know, Uncle Walt, if you would like that, and I will do that. Um, Montoyo Biz? Montoya Biz? What are the top three markers I check when doing my blood tests? I mean, I ask for more markers than there, more for more things to be measured than are typically measured on your normal blood test. Like just say you go and get say I want a blood test, your doctor sends you in for a blood test. They're typically not going to measure for like B12 or vitamin D, you know, stuff like that. Some don't even measure for iron. So I would say look at those three right there, right off the top of my head. Especially if you're vegan and your doctor might not want to give you, you know, pay for the B12 or D test. Say, hey, I'm vegan, and I read that vegans are deficient in vitamin B12 and vitamin D. Um, so let them So yeah, just say you're vegan, you're worried you're deficient, you've read all this horrible stuff, and they'll say, oh my God, you're vegan. Oh yeah, we better test that. Maybe they'll throw some more on there. But those are the ones I would make sure you get tested. B12, vitamin D, and iron. So Uncle Walt, you cool with that? All right, cool. Let's just make sure it's the real Uncle Walt. What's Angie's mother's name? I believe you should know that one, huh, Uncle Walt? What's Angie's mother's like first name, not last? Let's not get any last names here. Just what is what is Angie's mom's first name? And if I got I know someone just can't go and Google that right now. So let me know, Uncle Walt, if you got that. I'll make you moderator right now. Now they don't know. It's always you. I'll never have to like ask you a question or anything like that. Barbara. Um, Let's see. Let me think. There's any other things I'm always looking at on my blood test. I mean, it shows you protein. Obviously, you can check that protein, albumin, which is another marker. Another one is hemoglobin A1C. That's a good one. That one measures for you look at a hemoglobin A1C reading along with glucose to see if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic. All right, you got that right, Uncle Walt. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Let's see how I do that here. Add moderator. Uncle Walt is now a moderator for our channel. Hell yeah. All right, Uncle Walt, welcome to the Moderators Club. And again, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put anyone in timeout, which you now have the power or ability to do. But feel no pressure or any need to do that. I just want to make sure it's always Uncle Walt when I see Uncle Walt's name here. Deep Rock, thank you for Deep Rock 87. Thank you for the first super chat tip of the night. Hopefully not the last. Thanks so much. And you want me to rank in order in their prime. This is a good one. Okay, we're going a little bit away from veganism to basketball all times. And I have to pick from this list you have here, huh? Let's see. I'm going to go with Jordan first, Kobe second, LeBron third, followed by Iverson, Bird, Thomas. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jordan, the greatest of all time. I mean, I'm not dissing LeBron or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're talking about Michael Jordan. And, you know, I grew up watching Kobe his entire career with the Lakers. So I got to see his greatness for all those years. And even the LeBron, I give him extra kudos for being able to have longevity. Like, he's playing now at a super high level, an age where Kobe was like basically like retiring at, right? So I'll give LeBron that. He spends $1 million a year on his body between like, you know, gear, training, recovery, food, whatever it takes, equipment to help with recovery. He spends $1 million a year on his body. Invest that, and it's paying off. Let's see, Tony Melendez. Is it true that flax seeds isn't good for you? No, I mean, whole flax seeds, not so much. But yeah, ground flax seeds. That way you're getting the full value of getting the omega-3 fatty acids out of them. So yeah, flax seeds are wonderful. Ground flax seeds. Yeah, Uncle Walt has a wrench now too. So that's cool to see that going on there. Hey, Taylor Marshall, what up? Which plant milk do I think is the most sustainable? I haven't done any research on that, but I mean, just off the top of my head, I would kind of guess maybe like oats or rice would be higher on that list than like maybe like soy or almonds. That's a good question. I should do some research on that, make a video. Would you guys like me to do that? Has Mike the Vegan already done it? Let me know if someone else has already done it. If not, I'll make that video. So let me know, guys, if someone has done that video, the most sustainable plant-based milk. Okay, I saw that Joey Carbstrong debate come up earlier today in my feed. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It looked pretty long, so I was watching some other YouTube instead. Gear. When I say gear, what am I referring to? What was I talking about when I was talking about gear there? I don't remember the context when I said gear. But yeah, often gear is slang for people on some kind of performance enhancing drug. I wasn't talking about that. I've never taken any performance enhancing drugs. Let's see. Gerardo Coronado, how's the weight training coming along? Yeah, cool. Ever since I got my gym hooked up here, where'd my water go? back in October. Been hitting it up pretty much every day. Like sometimes once a week I'll take a day off or something like that. But I've been hitting up every day, working on different things, different days, mixing it up with a couple days of less gym work and more work in the backyard, working on jumping and plyometrics and more just kind of explosiveness stuff. Not the typical training most guys do, especially dudes in their 50s, but that's kind of how my week goes. 6-7 days in the gym with a couple days of jumping and plyometrics going on. And yeah, twice a day. I don't do twice a day, but I'll work out in the morning. And often before I take a shower in the bath or evening, I'll do like a set of push-ups or something like that. It'll be like my evening workout or something like that. Salsa Girl, late joining. Do I use any protein powder or skip? You're 30 days in as a vegan and bought some of the Vega. I've never tried that. I know what you're talking about. Vega protein powder, and saw info about being one of the brands that. Here's my tip to you, Salsa Girl. You don't need to have a protein supplement as a vegan, a protein powder. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. It's based on the information I read. As long as you're getting sufficient calories, you're not starving yourself, eating enough food to get enough calories. Along with those calories comes the macronutrients, including protein. That said, if you're trying to get some like gains, like that's why I started taking a protein supplement with my smoothie. It's just like I was seeing, okay, guys at the gym, they're getting gains with their protein things. Why can't I as a vegan take one? Then that was the only time I really became interested in that. Before that, I had no interest. Even when I was running and cycling, no interest, because I wasn't looking to get big or anything like that or stronger. But yeah, I'll show you what I use right now. Let me go to. Here's our website, but let me take you to Clean Machine online right here, the Clean Green Protein. And I hate to call it, I came for the protein, but I hate to call it a protein supplement because unlike Vega and these other companies, this is a whole food plant, actually 2 whole food plants. It's primarily duckweed, which is a water lentil. It grows wild and naturally, really easily, really sustainably. And a little mixed in with a little bit of pea protein. It just happens to have a really strong amino acid profile, similar to that of whey, but it goes far beyond that. It's got omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA. It's got bioavailable B12. It's got a whole bunch of vitamins and nutrients, is what I'm saying. And I am not sponsored by them in any way, but I do have a coupon code that I share with you so you guys could get a little discount. And it's an affiliate link is what it's called. So let me share that with y'all here. Where did that go? Here it is. But yeah, every day I put it into my smoothies, unless I run out, which I do from time to time. But yeah, this is my protein supplement. But I tell you, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, the kind of training I'm doing right now, I probably wouldn't bother, But now that I've actually had it in my smoothies now for about maybe a year and a half or 2, I actually like it better that way. So what I'm saying is, even if I stopped the kind of weight training I've been doing lately, and just went back to like running or cycling, I'd probably still put it in. Just probably put in a smaller amount than instead of a whole scoop, have a half a scoop. But that's how I roll with that. I literally had it almost every day for the past couple of years and love it. You do 2 scoops. Wow, I should go for that to see if I get some noticeable gains from the 2 scoops. But I'm afraid I'll just go through it too quickly. So I kind of cheat a little bit. I often put in maybe 4/5 of a scoop or something like that, then mix in a little bit of the branched chain amino acid product that they have too. I get a little bit more amino acids, but that's how I roll. But yeah, I love this stuff. I really, really do. And it's a great company ran by vegans. Jeff Palmer, like a 30-year vegan, former, competitive natural bodybuilder. And so the vegan ethos runs through their product line and companies. But yeah, get some. If you need some, use my coupon code there, and I'll get $1 or $2 or something like that, and they'll know that I'm actively sharing them, because I actually approached them. They gave me some at a vegan festival. I put it on the shelf for a few months, and I actually tried it. I wrote it back like, "Whoa, this stuff is really good. Tell me more about this. How can I work with you guys on this?" I reached out to them. It's the M-Bond. Okay, you're a 225-pound power lifter. So yeah, you need a lot of nutrition. That's what I'm talking about there. Yeah, a lot of nutrition. So if you want the kind of the protein requirements of a power lifter, vastly different than someone who's more sedentary and a lot smaller than you there. Yes. Yes, now you can ask me where do I get my protein from, and it comes from a container from Florida. That's where I get my protein. But I mean, I get protein and everything else too. Because think about it like this: I put it into my banana smoothies, so I'm getting about an extra, like from from the Clean Machine, about 15 to 20 grams of protein from that. But each banana has about 1 to 1.5 grams of protein there. So if I have 6 bananas on top of that, it could be like 27 grams of protein from it all. So it all works together, is what I'm saying. It's not like the bananas are devoid of protein. Yeah, if you have one banana, not much. If you have 6 or 8 like I do, it's a substantial amount. So anyway, where did I get the shirt I'm wearing? I got it from a YouTube. I don't know if she makes videos anymore. Chelsea Lifts. She was. I remember we met her about 4 years ago at a meetup in Southern California, and yeah, I got a couple shirts from her. I think this is from Chelsea Lifts. It's been a while. I don't think I got it from Brian Turner. Let me know if you guys know. What's that, Taylor? You watched some guy on steroids today say that almost all his clients were vegan failed. They weren't able to gain muscle. Well, that's just completely stupid. I mean, why wouldn't you be able to gain muscle as a vegan? That's completely insane. I mean, all you have to do is work out and do some resistance weight training with weights or bands. Just do some kind of training. You will gain muscle. I mean, that's just ridiculous. As long as you're getting sufficient calories and working the muscles in the proper ways, you'll get muscles. Anyway, my B12, that's what I said. It comes from the Clean Machine green protein here. I'm really not taking any B12 supplements because this has 3 forms of bioavailable B12. And I know it's not 100% RDA. I forgot. I said on the new labels it's like maybe 30 or 40% like that. But I figured since my B12 levels are already so high, they're over 1,000 here in the United States, which is in like the top 1 or 2%. I figured they come down a little bit. I'm not gonna it's not gonna I'm not gonna go down to a deficient level in a year's time. And plus, I have like my plant-based milks, which have some vitamin B12 fortification. So yeah, I'm really not taking a B12 supplement right now. I was before they learned that B12 was in the Clean Machine green protein and duckweed, but now that I know it's in there, it's like I'm just going to see how I roll with just that. Hey, Race Lover, you just get here? Yeah, B12 level over 1,000. I think it was like 1,100. I've shown it on watch some of the videos. I think the video I just made last week addressing Dr. Grande's nonsensical debunking of veganism on his video about that vegan teacher. I flashed my B12 levels there. They're really, really high. Let's see, Uncle Walt. Say hi to Myra for you. Oh, Race Lover, I noticed. I want you to notice I made Uncle Walt a moderator earlier. I told Uncle Walt I don't expect him, or I'm not wanting him to moderate unless he really wants to. I just want to make sure I know it's the real Uncle Walt as opposed to the that fake Uncle Walt. Remember we had the imposter one. So yeah, Uncle Walt now has the wrench, but yeah, don't worry, Uncle Walt. You don't have to do the moderation work unless you really want to. Hey Ryan, say hi to Myra for me. She's the latest person I know that has gone vegan and is sometimes raw vegan. She's listening. Give her some encouragement. Hey Myra, how's it going? Hey, are you here in the chat, Myra? If so, say hello. And I'm glad you've gone vegan. The only thing that made me a little concerned there is that you're sometimes raw. And that's cool to be sometimes raw. I mean, I like raw. I mean, I start off my morning with my banana smoothies. Nothing cooked in there as far as I know. But I wouldn't want to stay raw all day. And I speak from experience because I tried raw back in 2012, maybe into early 2013 for about 9-10 months. And I can see why a lot of the people I've made videos about, like these influencers that made why I'm no longer vegan videos, a lot of the people quit in the past couple of years. Well, they were pretty much like long-term raw foodists. So I just want to make sure you can stay vegan. There's nothing better happens from being raw. I just want to let you know that you're not gonna be healthier or anything like that. So yeah, but it's cool. I liked it. I learned a lot. And like I said, I stay raw in the mornings. But cool, Myra. I didn't mean to attack raw diets or anything like that. I just want to share my experience and my opinion with her. I've learned that there's really no benefit from going raw. It's cool. It's a clean whole food diet, but you can do the same thing. I like to say is like you will never. get a disease or increase your risk for a disease from having steamed broccoli or steaming some plantains like I just had earlier today, or steaming rice. There's no disease. You're not going to increase your risk of heart attack, diabetes, stroke. You will not lose a day off your lifespan or anything like that from steamed broccoli or anything like that. So yeah, there's really no benefit to being raw, but there's a lot of drawbacks to being raw. One I've learned is it's really hard to have enough ripe fruit day in and day out, 3 meals a day. It's a whole ripening cycle. You know what it's like. It's really difficult. It makes it difficult to go out to restaurants, hang out with friends. And I think the worst thing though is that I lost a ton of weight. Like I wasn't even trying. I was trying to eat all day. I was eating like 15, 20 bananas a day sometimes just to get those calories and other food on top of that, obviously. And I lost a lot of weight without even trying. I look back at the photos of me from 2013. I go, holy crap, what, how come I didn't see it? It's like, wow, I was like underweight. My BMI was still probably in the healthy range, but on the low end. I just look back and it was like, wow. Anyway, do I worry about arsenic and rice, Peter? No, I made that series of videos going over Dr. Greger, nutritionfacts.org, his 10, 12-part series on arsenic and rice. I summed it down really nicely. Watch my video. Just look up Happy Healthy Vegan arsenic rice, and you'll see some rices are higher in arsenic than others, depending on what kind of rice it is, where it's grown at in the country or in the world. So you just want to watch out for those, and everything else is cool. Rinse your rice out, but yeah, avoid certain kinds of rices, particularly short grain brown rice from the southern states of the United States. Anyway, let's see. Let me get some water there. I was rambling for a long time there. Hey, Susan Orr, how's it going? And Hardly Tin Man Adonis, how's it going there? Supplements for kids. Good question, Salsa Girl. I've never bothered to look into that because I don't have kids. Yeah, and if you guys have any tips down there, what you might be able to do is just get a regular supplement, cut it in half or something like that. Good question. Vegan supplements for kids. Let me know if there's such a thing. Yep, Johnny Bravo, rice from the South, basically. That's the red flag. Without having to do any Googling, just avoid rices from the South. There's some problems with how they're grown there, what's in the soil that contaminates the rice, and it's not going to rectify itself anytime soon. Yeah, you can soak rice, rinse rice, but I think the most important factor is to not buy the rice that already has a lot of arsenic in it. I mean, they'll all have some to different degrees, but rice from the South has a lot more compared to, say, the same kind of brown rice grown here in California, way less. Yeah, thinking out loud. B12 is kind of difficult to measure. Yeah, serum B12 is what's typically you get on a blood test if you ask for it. But yeah, I've read that's not the be-all, end-all. There's ways to really measure the absorption of B12, but it's a start. And just from serum B12 test alone, I've shown how 2/5 of North Americans are already low or dangerously low in B12. And that's just from a serum test. We're not even talking about to see how well it got absorbed. So yeah, B12 is quite complicated, but a serum test is a good place to start for sure. Taylor, I've been playing guitar, since the 70s. And yeah, I know who Greta Van Fleet is. I haven't seen them. I remember they were kind of blowing up a couple years ago, huh? Yeah, they're cool. I like their influences. They seem like nice guys. Yeah, the bass player dude seems like he's got his head on pretty straight. I know they're all brothers except for the drummer. Let's see, Black Hits. They don't have brown rice in Oaxaca, but they do have quinoa. I'll be switching to it soon. It's a totally different taste than rice. Yeah, quinoa. Yeah, and it's, for what it's worth, it's a much higher in protein than pretty much any rices are. Maybe there's an odd strain or two out there of a wild rice or something that's got a lot. But yeah. Corvid Moon, you like my voice. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I have everything hooked up right. I remember last time I had my voice on too low. I see the switch that I accidentally hit. Yeah, wild rice, Peter. Yeah, I love wild rice. Yeah, from like Minnesota, the Great Lakes areas. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we mix that into one of the recipes in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. All you guys that have the this book, our new book, Angie's new book, there's a recipe in here called like Tuscan kale salad or something like that. It's something we make in the steam pot. Anyway, yeah, the recipe calls for 2 cups of rice, and sometimes I'll do 1 cup of brown and 1 cup of wild rice, or you can go all brown or all wild rice if you want. It's kind of expensive. Yeah, I like wild rice. It's got a nice, strong, just really natural kind of flavor. What's my favorite smoothie? The one I make every day with bananas. That's my favorite smoothie. That's why I eat it every day. Let's see. Yeah, wild rice. I imagine probably harder to find in Oaxaca. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's you can't even find it in many supermarkets in the United States. So I imagine, yeah, probably not too much is being imported to Oaxaca. Imagine like in the bigger cities, you'd probably find it like in Mexico City or something like that. JPEGs, yeah, we have ebook versions of our book. We have, yeah, if you want to go to Amazon, there's a Kindle version of the Keep It Car. I'm sorry, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. We have a Kindle version, and off our store, you can get a PDF download. Let me send you the link to our website right now. It's shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. Let me just take you there. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. I need an assistant. That'd be really cool to do all the switching for me. Here we are. Here is our website. Here is a link to our store where you can buy the download of the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. And well, hopefully you don't have to get a Kindle because our download's a PDF, so you can put it. I think a Kindle reader will open it right up, and that way Jeff Bezos doesn't take his Amazon cut out of it. Oh, okay. So anyway, yeah, we got that for sure. So yeah, you can get it on Kindle, get it on our store. Either way, yeah, we have the physical and the ebook available. Either way, yeah, it's all good. And again, if you buy it from us, like I said, we do the whole thing. We fulfill it. If you buy the physical book, if you download it, it goes through our web store, not Jeff Bezos's web store. So yeah, we're a very hands-on kind of fulfiller or artist. I guess we're used to that from music. We like to have be in control of it as much as possible. Thinking out loud, how is that so? Drinking a lot of water helps you burn calories? Why? Is it the digestion or the stomach processing it? And how much more so? I'm just curious. I not heard of that. Yep, I heard about Jeff Bezos stepping down. He's still going to be like the head of the board of the directors of Amazon, just stepping away from the daily CEO work. Yeah, totes. My favorite vegan dinner, Salsa Girl. That's a good question. My favorite vegan dinner is usually the one I have before me on any given night. Oh, Deep Rock, you want me to do some more ranking here? Okay, let me do that, Deep Rock 87. I'll play along here. SRV, Hendrix, Van Halen, Frank Zappa, Steve Vai, and Clapton. For me personally, if we're looking at I'm not looking at just like dexterity, virtuosiness, So that's why Steve Vai might not get ranked as high as you might think. But for me, I think most all these guys will admit it goes back to Jimi Hendrix. SRV will say that, Van Halen will say that, Clapton will say that, and Vai might even say that too. So it's got to be Hendrix number one. And who I like the most, here I'm kind of tossing between Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eddie Van Halen. I think I'll have to go with Eddie Van Halen just because of his enormous talent, virtuosity, and his just enormous influence on music and guitar playing in general. And Stevie Ray Vaughan, same exact thing could be said of him. So it's almost a toss-up. It's almost a tie. But I'll give Eddie Van Halen the slight edge there and put Stevie Ray Vaughan third. Then after that, Clapton. I've seen Clapton live. He has his place in history too. And after that, probably Steve Vai and Zappa. That's how I'll do it. Yeah, I've never been a big Frank Zappa fan, and he'll probably be the first to tell you. I don't think if he were alive, I don't think he would want to be put in that same list of guitarists right there. I don't think he would feel he's in quite in that echelon because all those other guys, total, I don't know what the word is, but they're huge. Some of the biggest guitarists of all time. Let's see, Salsa Girl. Yeah, we don't cook with oils, and I mean, you can put oils into our recipes, but yeah, I don't believe there's any recipe in here that calls for oil. I mean, if there's something to saute, we'll just saute in water. So yeah, this book is pretty much essentially oil-free. I think it says on the cover, easy, oil-free, oil-free whole food plant-based recipes. So yes. But that said, we'll still get oil when we go out to restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah, Joe Satriani is cool too. I mean, just because I was just in the list there. I saw Joe Satriani play before. The guy's amazing. Yeah, just not my kind of style, my guitarist, but there's no denying the guy knows what he's doing. He's an amazing guitar player. There you go, Ray Slever. Yeah, if you've ever seen the movie Crossroads, you'll see it. Ralph Macchio beat Steve Vai. So check that out if you've never seen that movie before. Yes, it's called Crossroads. Yeah, it's a legend as far as guitars go. You got all the guitarists I knew growing up. We all seen that movie because some of the stuff Steve Vai is playing in there, or just like stuff we all tried to learn back then. It's like seminal. It's like learning Eruption by Van Halen or something like that. Um, Recommendations for making potatoes without oil. Well, the easiest way to make potatoes without oil is just to steam them, like on your stove. Boil a pot of water, put a steamer thing on top, put the lid on, steam potatoes. That's a common way we make them here. It takes a little bit of time, like maybe like, depending how small you slice them, like 25-ish minutes or so. One of my favorite ways is in the Instapot. You can put a little steamer tray on the bottom. That's my favorite way. I guess because it's quickest. Usually I can get them done in like maybe 8-9 minutes or something like that. Not kind of the warm up time. But yeah, we never like cook them on a frying pan. Well, rarely. Sometimes I guess when we'll make a breakfast, like a chorizo breakfast, we'll put some potatoes on the griddle. But yeah, you don't need oil to cook potatoes. We haven't done that in God knows how long. A long, long time. Yeah, you could put them in an air fryer too. There's so many ways to make potatoes without oil. Plant-based pod. You grew up with Crossroads. You know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I showed Angie Crossroads. I'm 99% sure we watched that together at one point. She had to see all my like movies that I watched growing up, and yeah, definitely Crossroads was one of them. Robert Johnson or Eric Clapton. Well, that's a hard one because there's only so many Robert Johnson recordings that exist. I mean, he was amazing. I think Clapton would probably admit Johnson was a better guitarist. I mean, we hear some of these recordings of him and they're trying to figure out what he's doing. It sounds like there's like 2-3 guys playing at the same time, but it's all him. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, Clapton, they're both huge. Like it's hard to pick one, but yeah, Clapton has the legacy of all his recordings that we can listen to. But yeah, they're both influential in the history of guitar and blues in their own particular ways in their particular eras. Angie, it's last time I checked, she's editing a video, a vlog for you guys, like one of those like what we ate in a day, a little sprinkle with a little bit of Animal Friends, Angie's Animal Friends in it. But yeah, basically how we ate and what we did in a day type videos. Let's see, welcome time. What's it? Do I have an easy flavor blast tips for pasta and pasta sauce? Yeah, totally. You came to the right guy because I'm sometimes I just make quick, simple meals like that, unlike Angie. So yeah, what I'll do to spice up the pasta sauce is I'll put some I'll grab a handful of like spinach or baby spinach, throw it in the pasta sauce. So that way, you're getting some more nutrition. You're getting some greens, some healthy greens mixed in. It's not just like tomatoes and wheat. So you're getting some more nutrition variety there. And also too, to spice it up, nutritional use. I put a lot of nooch in the pasta sauce too. So that's a quick and dirty way of doing it: spinach and nutritional use. And if I got some time and I'm not lazy, I'll get a separate pot, put a little water to get a saute going, and saute some mushrooms. Or sometimes I'll put the mushrooms right into the pasta sauce too. So yeah, mushrooms, spinach, nutritional use. A dried mango, is that the same dried mango that we were communicating last year about calculating how many vegans there are in the world? And let me know if that's you. We got to finish that up because I still think that'll make a great video. My reasons for avoiding oil. I may have heard some like woo-woo reasons a long time ago, but really my reasons for avoiding oil is I don't like oily food. I mean, since I eat, low oil, when I go to a restaurant that's got really oily food, I feel really tired, sluggish. I don't want to like exercise, or I just want to lay down and chill for the rest of the day. So I don't like it. Maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you're younger than I am. But yeah, as a dude in his 40s, now 50s, I totally feel it. And athletic too. I feel what it does to my body. Kind of like how I don't drink much alcohol. When I do drink alcohol, though, since my body's so alcohol free, I notice the effects. I didn't notice those effects in my 20s. A, I was younger, and B, I had it all the time. I didn't really know what normal felt like. Not that I was an alcoholic or anything like that, far from it. But I'm saying, yeah, since I have these things so rarely, you feel what they do. And I just don't like how high oil meals make me feel. And plus, we all know oil is just like, fat on its own, all the other macronutrients removed. So it's super calorically dense. So if you are concerned about not, packing on weight, or you want to lose weight, removing oil from your diet is actually really, a big thing. It's like what people say about sugar being empty calories. Well, if sugar is empty calories because that's just carbohydrates naked, well, oil is just fat naked. So it's empty calories in that sense too. I mean, just trying to have consistent logic there. But yeah, I don't do it I'm not trying to say it provides any certain health benefit for your health, your heart, or anything like that. That's a question for the doctors to answer there. I just know how I feel on a high fat diet and a high oil diet, or just a lot of oil in my food. I don't like it. So I saw Peter ask me a question there, and I got a super chat there from Deep Rock. Let me look at Deep Rock's a little quick here. You're a grunge guy. It's not ranked highest on guitar, but okay, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, and Alice in Chains. Wow. And is Pearl Jam really grunge? I mean, they were from Seattle and all, but I consider them like a late rock band. Like, they seem to be more influenced by like 70s rock than like, punk, like the Ramones or something like that, but I mean, of all those bands, it's undoubtable. I mean, I think it goes without saying that Nirvana and Nevermind is like, like going to be remembered as one of the all-time great albums. So I'll give them that, Nirvana. But I gotta say, there's a few Pearl Jam songs I really enjoy as well. Never been too much into Rage, even though I respect their political activism. And I don't know too much about Alice in Chains, but I did run into the long-haired, I think he's the bass player guy with the curly hair. I ran into him at a rave one time. Totally chill. He wasn't even acting like a rock star or anything. He's just trying to blend in. He just wanted to go and have a good time. And this is in LA. He knew where to come to experience a good rave in the 90s. So yeah. But yeah, that's how I rank them. Let's see what Peter asks there. Let's see. Coconut is really bad for you, but do you think full fat coconut milk is good or bad? Well, coconut milk, here's the thing. Here's the deal, Peter, and anyone. I didn't mention this. I wasn't talking about like particular kinds of fat, but coconut is the one that's the worst, probably, because it's got high saturated fat. I mean, coconut milk does, coconut oil does. I wish it was just the oil that had high saturated fat, but I see like some of the vegan ice creams with coconut milk, same thing, high in saturated fat. And why am I against that? Because saturated fat raises LDL, which is bad cholesterol, even more so than I believe than just eating cholesterol like from animal products does. I mean, if you want to really boost your cholesterol levels, if you happen to have really low cholesterol, eat some high saturated fat foods, like, particularly ones that are high in coconut oil or milk. So yeah, I don't believe those are healthy foods at all, Peter, not at all. But that said, sometimes it's hard to avoid them. If you want to go out and have a vegan ice cream with your wife on her birthday or something like that like we did yesterday. I know I got some saturated fat from the coconut milk or coconut oil ice cream that we had yesterday. So yeah, I take it for what it is. But I know, I'll probably, we brought some home too. We ate some there, got a couple pints for home. So I'm thinking maybe next month I'll try to go like, saturated fat free. I'll part what's in like maybe an avocado or something like that. But yeah, I'll try to avoid processed foods that have high saturated fat. Anuj, you were completely dismantled by the vegan diet. Please tell us more how you were completely dismantled and what were you eating? I mean, I've been vegan now for over 10 years and I'm healthier than ever. I have the blood test to back it up, the athleticism to back it up. I kind of wonder, Anuj, what might have you been doing that was maybe not the best way, because there's so many ways. There's no such thing as the vegan diet. That's the first kind of red flag I hear when people say that, the vegan diet. There is no the vegan diet. You could eat all Oreos and call yourself a vegan. You could eat nothing but kale topped with olive oil, as I know some ex-vegans have done. They thought they were being super healthy. You know, you can eat a whole food plant-based diet like we have here in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. You could eat all raw, which I don't recommend either. So that's what I kind of. There's no such thing as the vegan diet. It just means you're not eating animal products. But there's many horrible ways of doing it, meaning like unsustainable, unhealthy ways. Not to say that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying there's no such thing as the vegan diet. You know, there's just like there's no such thing as the meat eating diet, the non-vegan diet. You could eat McDonald's all day. You could eat Whole Foods all day. You know, there's no one way to do it. So what were you doing, Anuj? Let me know. How come? Okay, that's, you know what it sounds like? Super thin, weight loss, low energy, teeth decay. I've seen this happen in certain vegans. You know that? You're absolutely right, Anuj. I'll give you credit there. You know who I'm talking about, guys? Take a guess what kind of vegans I'm talking about that have all four of, I've made videos. I responded to vegans that had all four of those symptoms. Let me know if you guys know who I'm talking about, what kind of vegans I'm talking about. I completely agree. Waiting for some answers to roll through here. Yeah, fruitarian, raw people. And on top of that, to extend from the raw and fruitarian people that experience all those things, weight loss, losing hair, fatigue, losing their periods, losing a ton of weight. On top of that, I've just seen people who are kind of just orthorexic. You could do that in a raw vegan way or non-vegan way, but people who are eating way too few calories and just eating salad and juice smoothies all day or just juicing all day. Totally, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it sounds like you're doing something like that, because I've never seen anyone, whatever your name was again, I forgot. I've never seen anyone who eats like we do. You know, whole food plants, eating till you're freaking full. You know, I mean, there's nothing restrictive. Just eat all sorts of plants. You know, don't restrict. Eat till you're full. I've never seen anyone eat the way we do and feel lethargic and get tooth decay. I mean, tooth decay sounds common because a lot of raw people they're eating fruit all day, but a lot of them are kind of like, they're afraid to brush their teeth because they feel that apes didn't brush their teeth and that kind of nonsense. So, well, a ton of gas can happen on any diet. I've seen meat eaters fart like, you know, there's no tomorrow. But I'm saying, yeah, if you're eating whole food plants, I mean, give that a shot. Don't blame that on veganism. If you're doing your own, what you thought was the best way of being vegan, and it probably wasn't. Yeah, don't blame it on us. Don't hold that us. We have nothing to do with that. If you made if you made some decision in your past to eat vegan in this kind of trendy, fatty way, because we know that's really trendy and fatty, you know, the whole raw fruitarian kind of thing. This is what I'm saying. If your friend is still watching there, Uncle Walt, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't recommend raw vegan diets. They do work for some people in the long term. I've seen like people like Chris Kindle still doing it. He's looking good. He's strong and athletic, but he's the exception to the rule. Most people I know who are raw for a long time are not vegans anymore. So anyway, that's that. Salvacito, what are my thoughts about the argument that cholesterol is necessary for brain function / health? Well, it's funny how non-vegans like to throw that out there. They try to make it sound like cholesterol is an essential nutrient, like, you know, like one you have to get from your diet. Two completely wrong things about that way of thinking. First of all, cholesterol, unless you have some weird disease I've never heard of, you know, is naturally produced by our bodies. That's why vegans that take in absolutely no animal products, and also ones that eat no saturated fat, still have cholesterol. Our bodies produce cholesterol. Like, where do you think the animals get their cholesterol from? They're producing cholesterol on their own. So there goes that argument. Cholesterol is not an essential nutrient, but not by a long shot. Secondly, like I said, if you really want to up your cholesterol levels, all you have to do is eat some products that are high in saturated fat. Those will raise your LDL and your total cholesterol like nothing else will. So yeah, get stuff that's high in like coconut oil and coconut milk. So that's just a silly argument. Yeah, they're just trying to say, and therefore I want to eat dead animals. Like, no. If you really, I mean, first of all, get your blood checked and see what your cholesterol levels are as a vegan. The odds are they're probably fine. And but if you need to raise them, eat a bunch of saturated fat foods. Go out and buy a bunch of Ben and Jerry's and have at it. It's easy. It's a ridiculous argument. What's that, race lever? Tell people try not to pretend they can out accordion you. I don't know. What does that mean, race? I'm not sure. I see what you said there about raw there, race. Yeah, it isn't for the average person. I agree with you. It's a weird discipline to pull off. It may have some minor benefits, maybe. Let's see, Fablaw. You would get all the date smoothies you had during the raw till 4 times. See, that's a variation of the raw diet. Yeah, I know a lot of raw people had a lot of teeth issues, yeah, from having way too much sugar and not taking proper care of their teeth. And as we get older, it's more complicated to take care of our teeth. You can get more gum receding, more pockets for bacteria to hide in there. So yeah, it's a tough lifestyle to pull off for sure. I'm just glad with the time I was raw, I didn't really develop any further tooth issues or anything like that. You're fighting about the best accordion player? Okay, wow. I didn't know there was a battle for the best accordion player there. That's cool. Well, maybe Race is the best. Maybe Race is a super talented world-class accordion player. We just don't know about it because he's not telling us. How do you think apes did brush their teeth? Well, the thing is, here's the thing. We have a longer lifespan than apes and people from a million years ago, 200,000 years ago. Our teeth usually do just fine for like 30-ish years. And a lot of people died before that age. I don't think too many apes lived to like 40, 50 or stuff. So they probably were all right not brushing their teeth. Essentially want to live longer than cavemen did and longer than like wild apes do. That's why we need to take care of our teeth. But yeah, if you just want to kind of get by till you're 28 and croak, yeah, you probably don't need to brush your teeth. Well, you can not have any candy bars in your diet, JL, and still get cavities. Yeah, I can attest to that. I know many raw people who got remember Mike Arnstein one time, he went to the dentist, had like a dozen cavities or something like that. Yep, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, that's why I don't look at the natural appeal to nature fallacies. Like, oh, an ape didn't brush his teeth. Yeah, an ape also didn't, use a toilet. Apes didn't drink water that's been treated, so there's no pathogens in it. Apes didn't fly in airplanes. I mean, there's so many things. Apes didn't communicate on digital devices and use electricity and live indoors. It's just ridiculous. Like, why do you pick and choose what you want to copy from the apes? It's just a ridiculous, silly argument. You see that coming often from raw people. Anuj, I don't ever remember the Dalai Lama being vegan, and I've studied the Dalai Lama's lifestyle a bit. I'm a Buddhist myself. So if he did feel sick on a vegan diet, that's absolutely irrelevant. I mean, the thing is, like, why does that like make veganism null and void? That one person happened to not feel great. And again, what were they eating as a vegan? What was the Dalai Lama eating? But again, I don't think that's a true point. I never heard about the Dalai Lama being vegan, at least in any sustained way. Maybe he did it for a day or two or something like that. And if he felt sick in a day or two, it's not sickness. It's just not liking the new diet. But anyway, let's continue on here. The Dalai Lama got jaundice. So let's go look that up. I'm going to Google that. Let's go Google this fact here. Dalai Lama vegan jaundice. All right, let's check this out here. Okay, New York Times. he'd been a pure vegetarian for 20 months, then developed jaundice. Really? Okay, I got to read more about this here. Let's talk. Let's look at causes of jaundice. Cause of jaundice. Because how come I don't have jaundice? He couldn't handle 20 months. How come I've been able to be vegan for like over 10 years? It's caused by excess bilirubin, which you can get measured when you get your blood test, which is formed when hemoglobin is broken down, is part of the normal process of recycling old or damaged red blood cells. That doesn't sound like. Let's type in cause of jaundice vegan. Let's see what that says. Let's see. B12 deficiency can also present with isolated recurrent episodes of jaundice. So it doesn't say jaundice is caused by a B12 deficiency or being vegan. Here, your jaundice here, I see on Reddit. I don't know how scientific we're being here, but I've seen people talking about it. It could be from B12 deficiency. There's nothing about being vegan causing jaundice. So that's just like, it sounds like he had a biased doctor. I've never heard of vegans getting jaundice. So maybe his B12 levels were low, and any respectable doctor, even though I'm not a medical doctor, would say, hey, if his or her patient had low B12 levels, the responsible prescription for that is a B12 supplement, not to start eating meat. Any person who goes to see a doctor, from what I understand, if the person is low in B12, the doctor just tells them to have a B12 supplement. It doesn't say you need to eat more red meat or something like that. So I'm not sure about that diagnosis that we just read about there. But anyway, it's a relevant point. Like, one person had jaundice as a vegan, and I still don't see a connection between vegan diets and jaundice. But the thing is, I've been vegan 10 years. Angie's been vegetarian since 1987 or something like that. We don't have jaundice. We didn't have all our hair fall out and get lethargic and lose all our energy and stuff like that. So it tells me there are ways of being vegan that are not that hard to follow, that produce fine health. But again, I like how someone pointed out, we're not vegan because we're trying to be the healthiest people in the world or anything like that. We're in it because we believe it's wrong to kill animals for food, exploit animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose, because you don't have to. You can eat just plants and be not only perfectly healthy, but thriving. Yep, story time. 10-year vegan here. You don't have 11-year, you don't have jaundice. Oh, JL, great point. If we're going to listen to Dr. Greger, he's reiterated the medical recommendation that any person over the age of 50, and that would include the Dalai Lama, supplement with vitamin B12, regardless of their diet, vegan or all meat or anything in between there. So was the Dalai Lama supplementing with B12 at his advanced years? I don't know. We have to go read it and find out. But so let's look at other ways that persons, if he had a B12 issue, why he might have had a B12 issue. A lot of people, I'm saying, if they're recommending everyone over the age of the 50 supplements with B12, you see that B12 is not a vegan issue. It's just an age issue, absorbing B12 issue. Yeah, only supplement you take to story time. Yep. So anyway, okay, dried mango. That issue with the population model. What do we need to do, dried mango? What do we need to do? Is it complete, or do we need to do more to take it to the next level? What do you think, dried mango? It's kind of just like sad to leave the work just like half done or partially done when we just maybe need a little bit more to take it to the end so we can make a video about it. So let me know what we need to do, dried mango. Should we have a chat about it? Do you want to send me some updated number runs, or let me know, because I think it would be a fascinating video. Lilu, Fifth Element, you're here to learn? Well, ask a question, and hopefully I'll see it and I'll try to answer it. Let's see, Middle Earthling, 4 years vegan, healthier than ever. Yeah, I mean, just because some person may have not done great on a vegan diet doesn't mean the vegan diet is null and void, because I know many people who are not vegans whose health fails them at various points in life. So that doesn't really prove anything. Don't bring up Vegetable Police. He's the guy that does all kinds of strange fasting. He drinks turpentine. Didn't he do raw vegan? This is what I'm saying. Don't. John Venus, he just said he had some fatigue issues. He didn't say he was losing his hair and his teeth and motivation for life or anything like that. He really said he quit vegan because he had a kid and wasn't sure if a vegan diet was great for his kid, so he thought he himself would not be vegan. But he went back to vegan again, or at least really damn close. So you can't use that as an example. And don't use examples of people who drink urine and turpentine and do extended stints as raw diets as examples of vegan failures, because each one of those things there leads to fails. I mean, how good can it be for your gut bacteria, your microbial health, to be drinking turpentine, urine, or just being a raw vegan for like many years? So just because, like I said, just because some people who did some extreme ways of eating that are not part of the definition of vegan, nowhere in the vegan diet does it say you need to drink urine or drink turpentine or eat nothing but fruit for 10 years. That's not part of being vegan. That's you improvising. That's you thinking you know better than the definition of vegan. You think if you do that, you're going to be Superman or woman or something like that. There's nothing to be gained from going down those extreme paths other than failing. That's the risk. Not to say they will all fail, but most of them do. Yeah, and Vegetable Police, he said he had some gut issues that the vegan diet wasn't fixing, so he went to the carnivore diet. He still had his thing. I forgot what it was called now. It's been a while since I ever thought about that guy. So nothing was fixing it. You can't blame veganism for it. Yeah, that's funny, Jordan, huh? Corvid Moon. I didn't see what Lifting Photog said here, but let's go take a look at this reference here that you're speaking of here. Let's go back and type in, let's see, Academy, the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics on vegan diets. And I want to point out that they are the largest group of health professionals in the world. And I don't have the right page here, but there's over 117 scientific references that they reviewed to arrive at their position on vegan and vegetarian diets. So they just didn't sit there, cross their arms and go, here's what we think. No, they reviewed the scientific literature. And it says right here, vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits, prevents against some of the most common forms of disease, and they're appropriate for all stages of life, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, older adults, and for athletes. So where in here does it say that vegan diets are not nutritionally adequate, they only work for some people? If you're saying that, you're improvising. You must think you know something that this reasoned position paper based on 117 studies is saying here. So let us know what you're talking about. If you think that vegan diets are somehow nutritionally inadequate, because again, it's the largest group of health professionals in the world, and this is their position paper. They're very clear. They don't equivocate one bit. They're nutritionally adequate and healthful for all people in all stages of life, from infancy, lactation, to adulthood, even for athletes. What's my take on side-by-side takes on VD's channel videos? I'll tell you, Anuj Engel, here's exactly what Vegan D does, VD. So she's done this to me. So I'll be talking about, I'll say, yeah, vitamin B12 is blah, blah, blah. And she'll find a moment where you look like this. And she'll pause it. And she'll look at Ryan there. Look at his face is all crinkled and mangled up. It was because he's vegan. You know, here's a picture of him from 8 years ago, and he looks way better. And she'll just keep you frozen on this the entire time. You look like this. And then if she were to unpause that, and I continue on, and then if you take your vitamins in the morning, and then I'll look fine again. But that's exactly what she does. She pauses you on an extremely unflattering moment. You could do this with anyone. I could go and find, like, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, anyone. You find them, these beautiful people, pause them on an unflattering moment, and they look like crap. And then I'll make a video. I don't do this, but that's exactly what she does. So yeah, here, VD, if you're watching, let me give you a good pose. Tell her to come to the live stream. And where are we at right now in time in it? I don't have the timestamp right now, but just tell her. Get ready, guys. Get your phones. Take a free sync. Here. All right, so now give that to VD and tell her to make a story about how a vegan diet has caused my face to curl up and wrinkles on my head. She's made videos about me saying I'm losing my hair, I'm bald because I'm vegan. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good for a 53-year-old man here, Oh no, that thing fell off again. But anyway, yeah, that's my take on VD. She just makes up a bunch of crap. That's it. Seriously, I'm not trying to belittle her or anything. I'm just stating truth. These are facts. This is how she operates. I'm being as honest as I can. That's exactly what she does. Finds an unflattering frame, makes up a bunch of lies. Yeah, I did the vitamin deficient seizure again. Yeah, that's totally it. And again, how do I know this? Because she's done this to me, yours truly, several times. She made a video about how my eyebrows are falling out. She found some photo of me from the 90s where it seemed like I had much thicker eyebrows. It was a really blurry photo. Unfortunately, I had the original. I have a brand new scanner, high res. I scanned it in, blew it up, and compared it to what I have now. It's exactly the freaking same. Just her little blurry photo. There's no information, no detail. So in her mind, she thought I had thick eyebrows. Once you zoom in, it's the same kind. I have a certain kind of eyebrow that's very common for Asian males. So it's kind of racist to like bag on my eyebrows when they're a common type of Asian brow. But anyway, I don't want to go down that road. No, these brows are not implants, right? These are the real brows I had back in the 90s. They haven't changed a bit. So that's it. That's how VD works. So if you're watching Anuj, whatever your name was there, Anuj, that's exactly how she does it. I know firsthand because I've been the victim of her dumb videos, and I have the receipts to prove what she's doing is complete nonsense. Yep, that's it, Johnny Bravo. Or they use, like I said, old photos from 8 years ago and compare to a photo I was taken a week ago, and they'll say, look how this vegan is aged in 8 years. And that's what I point out. So this is how stupid VD and others are. Vegans are held to this standard that no human is held to. If we can't even age through time. If we age, people will use that against us. Like, oh my God, look how much they've aged. Vegan diet's a fail. Well, I'm 53. Yeah, if you want to say I look older than a 25-year-old, yeah, that's completely true. I mean, I look older now than when I started my channel 7 years ago. But everyone here watching looks older now than they did 7 years ago, no matter if you're a meat eater, vegan, vegetarian, what have you. It's what happens when you live in the world and the time and space dimensions that we're all trapped in here. Browgate. It's funny how she made a video of me being bald. I'll point this out. I was born in 1967. I have all this hair, but she failed to mention like Joe Rogan, born in 1967, bald as they come, and Sean Baker, super thin hair. But I don't hold that against them. I don't say their diets failed them or anything. It's genetics. That's what causes it. I'm not making fun of these guys, but Rogan gets a free pass, and me with my, long rock and roll hair, it gets criticized, but it's all freaking genetics. Lifting photog. Any person who says that vegans have an anti-aging thing, they're just making crap up. There's no science saying that. People can say anything. I see carnivores saying crazy nonsense too. I mean, people can make up crap on either side of the argument, vegans, non-vegans, but I mean, just because some vegans say that doesn't mean that's the standard belief of vegans. I don't believe it's some kind of reverse aging thing. I think I look pretty good for my age. I look at people I went to high school with, and most of them look much further along in the years than I do. And I'm not saying they're bad for it. I'm not saying the vegan diet is doing anything like that. I'm just saying I think I'm doing all right. It doesn't, it's not supposed to be a reverse aging thing. It's a moral, ethical stance that happens to be super healthy for you, according to the world's largest group of health professionals and according to the preponderance of science out there. So if some extreme vegans are saying it's anti-aging or reversing, okay, they can say that, and they're probably 25 years old and don't know any better yet, right? I know better. Okay, Ray Saver, yeah, he always finds the contradiction, the truth behind what I'm saying there. I forgot to mention, once you hit level 888 vegan, you can reverse the aging process, but that takes a lot of work, and you may never get there to level 888 vegan. It's a lot of work. Well, oh, I was just giving your opinion why people pick at vegans aging. I'm just telling you, I can't be held responsible for what other people say, this happens all the time. You see vegans say some of the craziest stuff in the world. It's not my fault. And so don't make a video about me. If some vegan told you to eat nothing but I don't know, just eat raw fruit every day for the rest of your life, that's not on me. Don't come back at me and say that a vegan diet is a fail. If some vegan told you that, you're never going to die from any disease ever, that's them just making nonsense up. That's not backed up by any science. I don't say that. So again, don't hold it against me or others. But again, you'll see meat eaters that say the craziest stuff too, and I don't hold that against them. It just, I'm able to distinguish. And maybe it's tough if you don't understand veganism that well. I'm really easily able to distinguish between opinion and fact. Those are very different things. A lot of people will say their opinions and try to put that out there as fact, disguise it as fact, represent it as fact, but it's not. It's opinion. And then there's facts, stuff that's actually known by science. So don't get the two confused. Just because someone gives their opinion doesn't mean that we all believe it. Some people believe in some crazy stuff. Let's see, what's that, Peter? Did I know about asparagus anti-vegan? It tells people to eat rotting meat and raw milk. See, there you go. Is that the pain of most carnivores? Probably not. I don't see too many of them telling their followers to eat raw stuff. I mean, rotting stuff. Yeah, Salsa Girl, there are people. There's an economy of hate out there, Hate gets views, it attracts a following, unfortunately. There's people out there that make videos just picking on vegans for aging over time, or if I were to fall down the street skateboarding and hurt my elbow, I'm sure VD will make a video, Ryan hurt his elbow, it's because he's vegan. If he were not vegan, his elbow would be fine. Just stupid nonsense. Johnny Bravo, she'll probably make a video about you pulling your oblique muscles. If you weren't vegan, that oblique muscle would be fine. You can't do nothing. You can't have anything bad happen to you, or else veganism is null and void in these people's minds. So anyway, let's see. Let me get some water here. All right. Well, people pick on each other, that again, that's not my fault or anything like that, but whatevs. Wish we all could kind of get along better. I mean, I don't go and make dumb videos about anti-vegans. I don't. The only time I might make a video about an anti-vegan is if they make some crazy response video. Like they'll say, oh, yeah, going vegan will make your hair fall out and you'll explode and, whatever. Or going vegan is totally deficient and you will die and get disease. I'll come back and respond in an objective, scientific, fact-based manner. I just don't go, hey, that person's an idiot. Look how bad they look. Look at their eyes or their hair or their wrinkles or whatever. I don't make videos like that. I respond. They might have a horrible look. They might look hideous, but I don't care. I'll just look at the words that they said, the statements they made, and see how those statements hold under the scrutiny of fact-based evidence. That's what I do. So that's the only time I make videos about these people. I don't pick on them. I don't care if they're ugly. I don't care if they're beautiful. These anti-vegans. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about them. So who cares if there's people picking on each other. I'm not here to pick on people, is what I say. Eating bananas gives you jaundice. Yeah, you got that right, Uncle Walt, for sure. Unnatural vegan's not even vegan? Please tell me more, Peter. Is that does she have like dairy products or what? Let me know what's up with that. Or she just doesn't care about the ethical aspects of veganism. To her, it's just a plant-based diet. Let me know. Um, Ferrets. I didn't see the question there, but definitely don't eat ferrets. In case anyone was wondering, in the back of their minds, never even had the desire to take a bite off a ferret. Oh, thanks, Lauren. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't take it serious. I just want to let you guys know when I see these anti-vegans make these dumb videos about me. I mean, I'll get pissed that they're saying so much nonsense and lying about me, but I don't take it personally because I know they're full of crap. You know what I'm saying? I'll get mad at the full of crap part, but I don't think, oh man, what if they're telling the truth. I am going bald and I have all these horrible things happening and stuff. You know, it's like I know they're full of crap because I'm 53 and I know what other people my age look like. I see them all the time, you know? They're my high school friends, stuff like that. I know exactly what a normal person my age looks. I know I'm doing all right. Like I said, I never said I'm like the anti-aging person. I'm aging reverse, blah, blah. I never made any of these claims. I just know I'm doing all right, you know? I'm not doing bad. So that's why I don't get bummed out when they make these nonsensical videos about me. I just get pissed that they lie, drag my name through the mud. They slander me basically so they can make money. I didn't know I'm that popular. Little old Ryan here, make a video about him and slander him so you can get views and make money. I'm worth that. I have that kind of economic value. I'm so popular. I didn't think I was. Um, yeah, I saw that debate. Cosmic Skeptic didn't truly understand the definition of the word vegan. Let's go there once again. Definition of the word vegan. A philosophy. Oops, let me pull up the right screen for you guys here. Veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Where in that definition do you think that means, oh, you should eat meat? No, it means don't eat any animal products, but don't worry about things that are out of your control, such as, like, say, if an animal might be harmed in like the production of plants, that's as far as possible and practical. If a rodent gets ran over or a bug gets squashed, it doesn't mean veganism is null and void. It means, yeah, sure, there might be some harm. It doesn't, all it says is don't worry about perfection. So it means, yeah, when you go out to have dinner, don't eat animal products. That's in your control. It's easy to do. It's totally possible and practicable. But you don't know if those plants were harvested in a way where there was zero harm to any other creature on the planet. You don't know that. So that's all the definition means. He was reading it in a very extremely unreasonable manner. No reasonable person would read this and think, oh, I can eat all the animal products I want. He's just being just completely disingenuous with what these words actually say. And I wish I would have debated him on that one. But I don't think he'll change his opinion because he just wants to like read it in this radical interpretation. Anyway, a desert island scenario. Well, if I was on a desert island and there were some animals, I would say, hey, I would follow them around. What plants are these animals eating? I don't think all these animals are like, you know, like lions and tigers eating other animals. There wouldn't be enough ecosystem there. So I would track down the animals and see what the hell they were eating. First, that would be my first step right there. But yeah, if it's a survival situation, yeah, things are different. Yeah, if it's possible and practicable, it becomes different in that kind of context if you're on a desert island. But yeah, we're not talking about desert island. We're not looking for these extreme fringe situations. We're talking about what your average person can do. They can go to the supermarket and buy plants, right? It's that easy. I don't know why it has to become this weird extreme thought experiment. We're not talking about that. This definition has to do with reality. It's not like sci-fi philosophy or something. Whew. All right, you guys are making me work a lot tonight, which is cool. Not work, but really do a lot of thinking and explaining and stuff like that, which is cool. I like doing that, you know? That's my thing. I'm a philosopher by training, as you guys may know. Have we had dinner yet, Uncle Walt? Good question. We had me and Angie about maybe 2-3 hours ago. Made some plantains and rice. I think that's in the new book too, in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Yeah, plantains, rice, and beans. Yeah, we had some plantains that were really ripe. I mean, you could eat them like bananas almost. You know, I took a bite. Ooh, yeah, they're good. But yeah, actually, we usually steam the plantains, but tonight we just put them on the griddle on the stove and just kind of cooked them a little bit. You know, fried them, I guess. No oil or anything like that. But that was our big dinner. So I imagine tonight we'll have something on the smaller side because that was a pretty big meal. 2 cups of rice, 2 big plantains, and a can of beans. Feeling pretty good right now is what I'm saying. Cool, you like these kind of talks, Lifting Foot Talk? Cool. Desert Island though, yeah, story time. But the desert island situation, like, yeah, as far as possible and practical. Nowhere in this definition of veganism does it say that you have to follow this definition so precisely that you would be forced to, like, commit suicide on a desert island. It doesn't say that. Yeah, if you're on a desert island, you probably want to try to survive, you know? So it doesn't make veganism null and void. How do plantains compare to bananas? Well, they're different because you cook them. I don't know, they're just a different flavor. Check out some plantains sometime. They're usually pretty easy to find at supermarkets. Let's see, Peter. Let's see, what did Unnatural Vegan? She tells people it's okay to eat meat on your cheat day at restaurants. What? Are you kidding? That's your cheat day. I don't understand. Okay, that makes no sense. A vegan cheat day, for me, a vegan cheat day is getting some, like, you know, some vegan ice cream or, you know, something like that, a pizza or what have you. A vegan cheat day doesn't mean have animal products. That's completely absurd. I mean, how do you reconcile that if you're an ethical vegan? I'm gonna have one day where I think it's cool to harm and exploit and kill animals for food, clothing, and any other purpose. I'm gonna be that one day a week. I mean, I don't understand that. That makes absolutely zero sense. I don't want to make a video about that because I know she'll gaslight and try to send her flying monkeys my way to attack me. So I'm just gonna leave it. That just makes no sense. Produce on pills. No, I'm not aware of who that is. Yeah, I'm with you, SM Boldham. Vegan cheat day. It's like, yeah, vegan pizza, vegan taco or something like that. But it doesn't mean going out eating steak or dairy or something like that. What the hell? What kind of vegan is that? That means you're plant-based, you know? I mean, you know, that's not what the definition of vegan's all about. Like, be vegan 6 days a week, but once in a while go out and eat a bunch of animal products with your friends at restaurants. I mean, that's not as far as possible and practical. Like, does the restaurant not have potatoes? Does the restaurant not have greens? Can they put something together for you? I mean, that's ridiculous. Yep, there you go, Race Lover. Here's the parallel logic. Here, like, don't quote me on this. I'm just reading what Race Lover said. Like, you know, say I'm a pacifist. I tell people to beat up children only on one day a week as a cheat day. See what I'm saying? How can you believe it's wrong to harm children? But as long as you only do it once in a while, you can go out and have your cheat day and just have at it, you know. But the rest of the week or month, you're strong. You're with it. You're with the program of not harming children. See, that's I don't understand how you can have a vegan cheat day. How do you just have one day? Yeah, it's totally cool to harm animals, exploit them one day a week. It makes zero sense. Let's see. What's that, Jordan? About Richard Dawkins said it's morally superior lifestyle to be vegan, but he couldn't do it himself? Huh, interesting. I was not aware of him saying that. Hey, Roots Like a Tree, Brandon and Jonica, what's up, guys? Glad you can make it. You know, you never know when I'm going to pop up with a live stream. I'm really bad about scheduling things, even though I'm really strongly considering having one day a week, which we can count on for live streams. I think about either like Wednesdays or Fridays as the one day that you can put that one in the bank, so to speak, as a live stream. And then I'll do other days, obviously, on top of that. But what do you guys think? Let me know if it, like, what do you guys think between like Monday, Friday, Sunday? What do you guys think? as like a day. I should try to make it a regular thing. Okay, I see one vote for Friday night. Let's get a little sample here of what people would like. Friday nights for you, Brandon. All right, cool. And Jonica. Let's see. All right, 2 votes for Friday night. Another one for Friday night. The day that ends in Y. I'll use that one, Raise. All right. All right. You guys are 8 days a week. Thanks, Joseph. That'd be hard to accomplish, huh? But I guess a non-vegan could do it, huh? They could bend the rules of physics and time. I don't know when I get the best viewership, Jay. I just want to know when people are available so we can have a good time, you know? I think Fridays are average, not bad, not great, you know? Okay, I'll consider Fridays, assuming that's cool with Angie, and I assume it should be because we don't really have a social life anymore. It's not like we're going out to clubs and bars and stuff like that right now. So, huh? Well, you're the only Thursday there, Walt. But you know, it doesn't mean I'll never live stream on a Thursday. So let me think about that. Yeah, I know, Race Lover. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to that time bending level of veganism. That's just tough. Um, Peter, do we make money on YouTube? Yeah, our videos are monetized, so you know, pretty much every video play I think generates some fractional percentage of a penny or a dollar or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that's but not a lot though. It's not like we're like, you know, we get millions of views. You really need to get a lot of views to like be able to like, you know, live off off YouTube solely. So that's why it's great if you guys can support us in other ways, like through our music, through our books and t-shirts. happyhealthyvegan.org, the Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook out. You know, if you don't have it yet, we have ebooks, we have physical books like that. And let me link to our shop. I know our bot's been doing it, but let me copy it one more time for everyone. Yeah, super chat tips, everything helps goes. Yeah, but we make money off music as well. You know, sales, streaming, licensing. You know, it's for us, it's multiple streams of income. That's really how we've been getting by for a really long time. You know, how long before you start a channel can you start making money? YouTube has some rules about that, about how soon you can monetize a channel. You might not be able to monetize it for the first month or something like that. You need to have a certain amount of views or watch time in like hours or minutes or something like that. They have some basic parameters. So, but yeah, I mean, it can happen relatively soon. If you're already a famous person, you can leverage your popularity from Instagram or TV into YouTube if you want, you know? So yeah, it can happen quite quickly. I mean, it can. It usually doesn't, but it is possible, especially if you have a viral video right off the bat. Wow, Corvid Moon, what were you saying there? I saw the end of your argument there. Sounds like something I might say, but I didn't see the beginning of it though. Um, Entirely honest, yeah, I agree with you though. It's hard to get started on YouTube. Trust me, I know. I started a few months ago, still going strong though. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just look at it as like a 1 year investment. Like say you were going to buy a stock or something like that, you know. You might not want to look at how if it was a successful decision by how well you're doing a week after or a month after. Look at it a year after. You know, look at something that you're just, you know, committed to for a certain amount of long-term time, 1 year, 2 year, whatever, and measure and adjust then for sure. But yeah, don't look at it as like, oh man, my second video and I only have like 10 views or something like that. It takes time. Like I said, unless you're already famous somehow, it's hard, you know, to get started out of nothing. Okay, Roots Like a Tree. You think it's 1,000 subs? I think you're right there, Roots Like a Tree. I believe 1,000 subs to get monetized, and I think, like I said too, there's some additional requirements, like a certain amount of watch time, and I forgot what the numbers are. That's it, Blacklit. You have enough subscribers, but not enough watch time. About to switch to something else, or just keep going at it. You never know when something can break out. You know, you never know. Johel, what is up? Yep, got it totally right there, Race Lever. It all happens different ways, different levels, different amounts of time. Okay, so Crystal's up in the Friday night vote for us to have a regular Friday night live stream. Hey, tell me if this would be kind of cool. Let me know if this is fun. I was telling Angie, wouldn't it be cool if me and her on a live stream for you guys sat down, maybe we'll sit here together, or I could bring her on another screen from another room. Either way, we'll both do a Myers-Briggs personality survey live in front of you guys. What do you think about that? Like, if to measure what your personality is, it like INFP or EN, whatever, all that. What do you guys think if we were to do a Myers-Briggs? I just got that idea recently. Is it dumb or is it interesting? Let me know before I do it. And you guys say this, and let me know later. I was really stupid. So let me know what you think about that. You like the idea? Okay, we'll do it. I'll figure out how to get it on the screen so you can look at me and I'm you can see me answering the questions in real time. Maybe let's do it one at a time. I'll do it first, and she'll do it second, or vice versa, so you can see it all on the screen. You'll see us check the boxes or whatever. You think that would be fun for us to do a Myers-Briggs? Yeah, when I was younger, like when I first started college, I remember being INFP. But I think as I learned, as I got more rational, I started studying psychology and finally philosophy. I think that P turned into J for judgmental as opposed to perceptive. So we'll see. And that was a long time ago. I don't think I've had a Myers-Briggs test in the 2000s. So all right, cool. We'll do that. We'll do that on a live stream. Me and Angie will do a Myers-Briggs test live with you guys and see the results happen as they happen in real time. All right, cool. We'll do that then. Anuj, what about the side effects of vegan supplements long term? What do you mean vegan supplements? I mean, like if you go get vitamin, like say, are you talking about like say vitamin B12? I mean, that wasn't created for vegans or any vitamin. Iron, I mean, these are supplements created for all people. So why would a supplement long term, why would supplementing long term be any worse or better for vegans versus non-vegans? I'm not sure if I understand how that's even a real issue or question there, Anuj. I mean, don't non-vegans supplement long-term? That the multi-billion-dollar vitamin supplementation market wasn't created for vegans, remember. We're only like 2 or 3% of the population, something like that. It's created for non-vegans. So you might want to ask just like non-vegans, just regular, everyday non-vegan people, what are the long-term effects of vitamin supplementation? And you're also assuming that vegans need to have vitamin supplementation. The only vitamin I really think vegans should supplement with for sure is B12. I mean, most people should just take a B12 supplement. As I showed, 40% of people in North America are low or dangerously low in B12. Of people, not vegans, but people. Free slideshows. Yeah, I'm all about reducing plastic consumption. And I'm excited about newer high-tech forms of plastic made out of like say plant material like corn waste or something like that. That's cool. But yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of plastics. We try to as much as possible not bring plastic in the house, but it can be impossible when you're buying stuff online and stuff. But yeah, we're not big fans of getting plastic, as you're wondering there. Yeah, we keep things forever as much as we can. I have my plastic water bottle that you see sometimes. I also have my metal can here too. But yeah, I keep my water bottles forever basically. I'm not like those professional cyclists you see on the races that just throw their bottles out into the world. But yeah, I've seen that like some markets where they have plastic bags made out of like some kind of corn product or something like that. It's biodegradable. Biodegradable forms of plastic are much better. But yeah, plastic is bad in so many levels. Being here in the ocean in a port city where plastic gets shipped, it's a huge problem. It contaminates our beaches. Marine life eats them. Birds eat them. Fish eat them. They don't know. They don't understand that there's things that are not biodegradable. They'll eat them and it's bad for them. it's destroying ecosystems too, endangering them. That's funny, Middle Earthling. I'm an essential supplement. At least my live streams are. Um, Lifting photog. Should vegans try to only date vegans or date non-vegans and try to transition them? I mean, do it. Follow your heart. There's no one right answer. Angie took a chance dating me as a She was a vegetarian. I wasn't, but she knew I tried vegetarianism in the past, so she thought, okay, maybe he'll come around. But me now as a long-term vegan, 10 years plus, I honestly have a hard time imagining being able to have a real relationship with someone who wasn't at least vegetarian. I just couldn't imagine going out on a daily basis, living with someone and having them cook meat and stuff, gross stuff like that. I really can't imagine how that would work out. Not to say I'm biased or prejudiced against non-vegans, just living with someone like that, I don't think it would work out. But that's just me. Maybe you guys are different. So, but yeah, if you are thinking long term and you think the person is open-minded, like Angie saw in me, you could try to turn them. And here's a great tactic that Angie used. She's the one that makes all the food around here because she's a much better chef than I am. So she just made, stuff, food that had no meat on it for all those years. So I pretty much made me vegetarian without even trying. So if you have control over their food, maybe it will work out. Hey Brandon, yeah, the home gym is working out just fine. Yeah, I'm in there at some point, pretty much every day, like 6 or 7 days a week, combined with some workouts in the backyard, jumping, plyometrics, explosiveness work. The weather gets better. I'm tempted to go back to the basketball court and try out some of my see how my gains translate actually to the basketball court, because I've been measuring my vert here in the backyard, and it's been improving over since I started measuring it about like a month and a half or so ago. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to translate at my local basketball court. So yeah, it's coming along. Yeah, people say that vegans can't get stronger or get more muscle or anything like that. It's just complete freaking nonsense. And not to say I'm trying to get like big and muscular. I'm just trying to improve my athleticism for basketball, and some of that involves getting a little bit stronger. But yeah, it's working out great. I can't imagine when the gyms are fully reopened, like going back and doing much workouts there. I'll still go back and use the basketball courts because it's a nice indoor court, assuming LA Fitness Long Beach doesn't go out of business. But yeah, I can't imagine just want to go there and like just do regular lifting anymore. Those days are over forever. I'm kind of grateful that things worked out how they did. So I had the space in the garage once I sold one of my cars I didn't need anymore. It was our old Mercedes, our 1981 Mercedes. Got that, sold to a friend, a basketball friend, by the way. And I have the space. I'm lucky. There's very few people that have 2-car garages in Long Beach. It's a bunch of old like Model T size garages here, but our house is weird. It's a really trippy place. But anyway. Yeah, Uncle Walt, just make your non-vegan partner a bunch of great vegan food from, like, say, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. He wouldn't work on your skills on NBA 2K21. Yeah, I don't even have any of those basketball video games, really. I mean, I had one for the iPhone a while ago, but that's about it. I don't think the gyms are going to go bankrupt, Peter. I hope not, because I think they're open in enough states, and even in California in some counties that are on the different tier warning levels here. So hopefully they'll pull through. Yeah, I think they're going to make it, especially the bigger ones. All right, Johnny. Yeah, good to see you, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, let's see how long I've been on. Let's see. Okay, hitting 2 hours. That's kind of like when I like to call it quits too, so you're probably not going to miss too much, Johnny, in case you were wondering. Entirely honest. That sounds like a good question for a medical doctor or a nutritionist, a health professional trained in that particular field of nutrients. So I'm not going to answer that one for you. I'll let you know. I'll give you answers to things that I know because I've been researching. I've been applying it to myself, and that's something I haven't really thought much at all about over all these years. So yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I would ask someone, a more medically trained person, on that one. Black lit. You have a 1 in a million chance to get a Oaxacan girl to stop eating quesillo. Is that that's a cheese, right? Um, I don't know. Is that on? See, I tell you, is that an iron related level? I know my iron's strong, but yeah, I guess we can go back to one of my latest blood tests and try to find that. They're up there on YouTube, but I'll tell you right now. I remember what's not in range or out of range. I should say it wasn't that, so it's definitely not been a problem for me. That's why I say if something's an issue, that'll get on my radar and I'll learn everything I can about it. But yeah, since that's been in line, um, really not thinking about ferritin. You're gonna actually play some video basketball there, Roots Like a Tree. Awesome, cool. Hey, Michael Superbacker, what's up? Yeah, I'm gonna be on just for a little bit longer. Been on almost 2 hours. Feeling kind of chill now. So yeah, probably time to eat a little bit more soon and get back together with Angie. She's working on a vlog, if I understand right now, editing a vlog. Um, ZZ Captain, best source of DHA. Well, I mean, yeah, there's ALA and DHA. We're talking about omega-3 fatty acids. I try to get a variety of both, to be honest with you. I can ground up some flax seeds, put them in a smoothie or some oatmeal for some ALA. My Clean Machine Green Protein here. Let me go back to that window. This has omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA. If I want DHA, I will go pour in my O3 smoothies. I still got to get in touch with these guys. We're collaborating on a flavor together. I showed this stuff in my Miley Cyrus video because she was complaining about how she needs omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA. She didn't want DHA for some reason, so did it from here. This comes from algae. And yeah, why eat the fish that eat the algae? Just eat the algae itself. So there's a variety of ways if you're worried about getting omega-3 or concerned about omega-3 fatty acids. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of them have it. Chia seeds, hemp seeds. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, of seeds that are good for your omega-3s. Feeling a little burpy from all the beans and plantains we had earlier. Yeah, that's why I'm not afraid of nuts and seeds. Yeah, all sorts of good nutrients in nuts and seeds. I know some high carb, low fat vegans are deathly afraid of nuts and seeds, and it's they're not going to kill you or make you fat or whatever the concerns are. Anuj, for you, wounds and cuts took longer to heal on a vegan diet. I actually have the opposite. So again, it leads me to strongly suspect you were doing some kind of under eatings, intentional or not. Because I tell you, on a raw vegan diet, I lost like 10, I forgot, maybe not 20 pounds without even trying. I was actually trying to gain weight and I kept losing weight. I mean, me personally, I'm healing way quicker now than ever. I remember when I stopped playing basketball around the age of 40 or so. It's because I was getting hurt all the time, like stupid dumb injuries, like would take forever to heal, like scrapes on my knee, tweaked fingers and ankles would take forever to heal. I just said, all right, I'm getting too old. I'm gonna have to stop playing basketball. Well, I took about yeah, I started playing again around the age of 48, 49, something like that. And I noticed, wow, I'm feeling a lot better now. Now that I think I quit before I was vegan, so I must have been in my late 30s. Anyway, I started playing again about 47, fully vegan. I go, whoa, I recover quicker. I'm not as sore after playing and jumping. These dumb scrapes I'm getting are actually healing like they used to when I was like, 28. So I've actually discovered the opposite. I'm actually, it's like a cheat code, like Chris Paul said about going vegan. It's a cheat code. You recover quicker, you heal quicker. And like Chris Paul, eating a sensible diet. He's not fasting. He's not eating just bananas or raw kale or whatever. Eating a sensible, balanced vegan diet is actually a cheat code as far as like healing and recovery goes. I can say firsthand because I feel like I do now. Like as far as my energy level goes, my fatigue levels go, my recovery, athleticism, I feel like I'm 30 right now. Seriously, I would love to play myself one-on-one basketball with my 30-year-old self versus my 53-year-old self. I think I would maybe beat my 30-year-old self. I'm pretty sure, What are you talking about there, Race? Travis. Yeah, I'm not saying I can't get cuts anymore. I'm just saying they actually heal in a proper time frame rather than just kind of lingering on like they used to before I went vegan. So yeah, for me, vegan is just going vegan, eating, and again, not just going vegan. Like you can just eat Oreos and call yourself vegan. I'm talking about eating whole food plants, eating till you're full, not fasting, calorie restricting, or anything like that. Just eating a sensible, balanced, non-restrictive vegan diet. It's been a cheat code for me. Let's see, Peter, what's that? Do a video on vegan versus plant-based? What's that? Or did you make a typo there, Peter? Let me know. I don't know what you're talking about there, Kay, but good to see you, Kay. Yeah, I mean the transformation I had. Like, if you guys saw my transformation video, I was like really overweight at some point, like in my like late 20s, early 30s. I put on a lot of pounds and yeah, going just getting more involved in my diet, how I eat, and my exercise. Yeah, it's gone away, but I never did any kind of fasting or anything like that. Do a video on vegan versus plant-based. Like, what about, Peter? What aspect about vegan versus plant-based? Corvid Moon, my diet's really carb heavy too. I mean, we're talking about whole food carbs, potatoes and rice and bananas, stuff like that, as opposed to like donuts or, what a lot of people think carbs are, French fries dipped in oil, cooked in high oil. Like, no, we're talking about whole food plants. My diet is very carb heavy. That said, I'm not afraid of fats or protein, but yeah, the bulk, like that dinner I just had, plantains, tons of carbs, the rice, tons of carbs, and the beans, combination of carbs and proteins. Yeah, okay, the definitions, I guess. Okay, good point, Race. I just thought everyone knew that, but I guess I'm just a vegan YouTuber. I assume everyone knows the difference between vegan and plant-based, but I should, just get it out there. Yeah, Jordan, good point. Why do people always talk about health, or I'll add on top of that, physical appearances when they try to debunk veganism? And it's not what it's about. Exactly. I think they think that we're so deluded about our passion for not harming animals that we're sacrificing our health. And I like to say, no, you're just being stupid when you make that assumption. It's a win-win. We're not sacrificing our health for the benefit of the animals. We're actually thriving. Our health is thriving, and we're helping the animals, and we're helping the environment. It's the triple win. It's not like a sacrifice any kind. We're not like so concerned or preoccupied with animals that we're neglecting ourselves in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of selfish. I mean, it actually helps us, and it helps the animals. It's not this totally altruistic thing, even though it is. It's good for us. It turns out to be. I mean, health, well, lifting photog, because there are health benefits to being vegan. I'm not denying that whatsoever. I mean, it's scientifically shown that being vegan, let's go back again to the position paper of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And yeah, where'd it go? Right here, the nutrition paper. I'm sorry, the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics on vegan diets, as I showed here, that vegan diets, appropriately planned vegan diets, are nutritionally adequate and may provide health benefits for the prevention of certain diseases. And these certain diseases are heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and the most common forms of cancer. And there is a scientific consensus that plant-based and vegan diets do help in those categories. Doesn't mean that you are unable to get heart disease, diabetes, stroke. No, nothing of the sort. It's all about probabilities, statistics. Vegans are statistically lower at risk for these most common forms of disease that lead to the most common kinds of death in North America. So yeah, we will bring up health because there are known health benefits of vegan diets. However, vegan diets at their core have nothing to do with that. Vegan diets, again, if we go back to the definition of veganism, is this. It's a moral, ethical stance. As I like to point out, though, it's a moral, ethical stance that happens to have enormous health benefits. So yeah, I think it's very fair of vegans to mention the numerous health benefits of the way we eat, but that's not why we do it. If you are a true vegan, you're doing it because you find it morally wrong to harm animals. And it just happens to be really good for our health. So that's a good point to bring up lifting photog. But I don't think it's wrong for vegans to bring that up because this is what the scientific consensus says. And Uncle Walt brings a good point. Yeah, it's not just about one person. It's a philosophy about doing what's good and right for the planet as a whole. I left out the environmental aspects of veganism too. I think they might even mention that in the yeah, they even mentioned that in the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics here. I often leave out this part here that plant-based diets are more environmentally sustainable than diets rich in animal products because they use fewer natural resources and are associated with less environmental damage. Oh, and here's the part about what diseases we're at lower risk from. Vegetarians and vegans are at reduced risk of certain health conditions, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, certain types of cancer, and obesity. So they cover the triple win here as far as, I actually don't mention the ethical part, but they do cover the environmental and the health benefits to following a vegan diet. And again, this is all backed by studies. They're not just making this stuff up. I can point you to United Nations studies that say pretty much the same thing. No, I didn't start a Discord server yet, Neuron John. Any of you guys familiar with Discord servers? I need to do more research in it. Will I be able to like talk to people? Will I be able to pipe their audio into it? I guess I just need to like research that, Google that, and see like ways to bring in speakers, audio into YouTube live streams. I saw Vegan Gains do that. I didn't ask him how he did it. I'll figure it out. I'm a clever dude. If I see someone do it, I should be able to figure out how they did it. So let me know if that would be something you like. Okay, Race Lover's not into Discord. Cool, Corbin Moon. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Okay, Indy, I can easily manage stuff like that with Discord. Okay, I will look into it. I've just been super busy, and I'm going to be super busy. This is the time of year I get kind of stressed out, being like, this man and woman here of multiple streams of income, getting all my receipts and expenses together for taxes. Yeah, it's just been like this since the 90s when I started, making money from music. It's even more complicated now with the YouTube channel and e-commerce. But yeah, hopefully I'll just be able to find some pockets of time where I could put some research into Discord right now. Okay, thanks for the tips there, Indy Figan. I figured some of you guys might know more about it than I do. Um, I've been on a few Discord servers before. I just wasn't sure how I could integrate that all with YouTube here. If I can pipe it into my OBS streaming software, basically. Um, Bauhaus Career, you have a appointment to do your taxes on Friday. See, yeah, I'll probably won't have mine ready. It takes me like a week or two to get all my stuff together. It's really, really complicated. It takes a long time. I'm researching software. That's one thing I did Monday. I didn't really do any work like making videos or working on e-commerce or anything like that. Just really researching like some software that can finally help me out to get all my things calculated for tax prep. How do I schedule my day? I only use my calendar for like if I have something that I need to remember that's out of the ordinary, such as if I'm doing an interview on Skype or whatever. I'll get that information there, appointments, things like that. I'll have birthdays and stuff in there too. That's the only thing I really schedule per se. Everything else, I just kind of wake up and I'll figure out what needs to be done and bounce it up. What would I like to do and see if I can make those coincide. But I always start my day off with a little bit of stretching, a little bit of time on how I've been doing it lately, stretching. I've added about 15 minutes on the indoor bike, and then I go out in the gym in the garage for like 45, 50 minutes, followed by my banana smoothie with the Lentine. That's how I start my days off, basically. And from there, recover a little bit, just kind of chill for a little bit with my smoothie, recover a little bit, and then get to work. Um, yeah, media interviews. I don't know what you call them. I mean, interviews for other people's podcasts and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool routine. I mean, this is what I chose. Like a while ago, after I stopped hiring my skills out to other companies, and started to work fully for myself. I knew, okay, I'll probably not make as much unless I get really lucky. It can happen. But I realize I really at this age now appreciate not being in the grind, working all the time, and having time to do things that matter to me. Like, I realize the older you get, the more, and this applies to younger people too, but the older you get, I found the more important it is to dedicate time into your life to health, to fitness and exercise. Not to say you can't do that with a full-time job. I see people do that. I would have, that's trickier for me. So I just kind of like the lifestyle of just kind of doing my own thing in my own time and focusing on health and focusing on issues that are really important to me, such as promoting the many benefits of plant-based diets, and can't forget about our art and our music too, working on that. So yeah, I figure I'm probably not gonna strike it rich or anything like that, but it's a lifestyle that works for me, kind of keep our expenses low, and it's one plus of not having kids, I think, so we can kind of grind on lower income. Let's see, Peter, thanks for the super chat tip there, Peter. Ryan, do you think a person, or you can call yourself vegan but not talk about the ethical aspects of being vegan, and have a non-vegan partner and shop for meats for her or him and have lots of it sounds very specific. I don't think a vegan has to tell everyone or people that they're vegan. I mean, everyone's got their own psychology and what they feel comfortable with sharing with people, either with strangers or people close around them. So if someone's vegan, it doesn't really talk about the ethical vegan component to veganism, but that's why they went vegan, I consider them to be vegan. And sure, if they have, like I say, a mom, I've met many people like this at our many events, like at Veg Festival. I meet moms that went vegan, but their kids aren't vegan, so they have to go shopping and buy them animal products. They're at the moms at the market buying the stuff. They're not excited about that, but they made the decision themselves to not consume animal products. They find it morally wrong, and I find they're fully vegan. And if they're not out there, telling people to go vegan, in person at events or on YouTube or whatever, they're still vegan. That's how I feel about it. I mean, it's a decision you make for yourself. You can't decide what your children are going to eat. If they don't want to go vegan, you're going to have to buy them some non-vegan stuff, right? I mean that's part of the definition, as much as practical and possible. You can control what you consume. You decide exploiting and harming animals is wrong and you follow that ethical code, but you can't force someone else to. I mean, you could try to influence them and put way more plants on their plate than they want, but honestly, you can't force someone to go vegan. It's like, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink, that kind of thing. I believe they would be vegan, Peter, because the person themselves is eating no animal products whatsoever. They're being vegan and they're eating no animal products because of their morality. They can't control their dependents, especially if they have, like I said, children or husbands who won't go along with the program. I guess they could say, I'm washing my hands with you guys. You guys do all your shopping and do all your cooking, but that's where I think as far as possible and practicable, if someone's kind of in charge of those categories in a family's life, I still think they're vegan even if their family's not vegan. Because again, it's a personal decision. You find it morally responsible and you act on it as much as you can. You consume no animal products whatsoever. You're doing everything you can. But like I said, each person is their own sentient being. You can't control them. You can try to influence them, but ultimately they have to decide, to go down that road with you. That's how I feel. I feel strongly about that because, I don't think it lessens a person's vegan conviction, their beliefs, their moralities, just because those near them don't share that same point of view. It's a personal decision you make on your own, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with you, Race. Parents should try to control, just do what Angie did with me when we got together. She did all the cooking. I ate nothing but plants with her, and I was cool with that, You disagree with Ryan on the kids thing? I mean, I'm saying you can't force them. You can't force someone to be vegan. You can influence them strongly, but the bottom line is you cannot force anyone to go vegan. It's not a forced decision. It's a decision that each individual comes to on their own. Like, you could try to influence them. You could give them way more plants than they ever would have, but you can't make them vegan. I'm just speaking very practically here. I wish that were not true, but I've thought about this a lot, Well, how do you force that, Race? I'm just curious. How do you force no animal products in your home, especially if you got children or a husband? I agree with you. I would like to be able to make that kind of rule, but how do you enforce that rule if your kids are bringing stuff in? What can you do? I'm not sure if it's proper to discipline them. I'm not sure. I don't know what the right answer is. That's why I'm thinking it's a decision you make on your own. Salsa Girl, your sister just lied to her daughters? How so? Let me know. Maybe there's ways to do it, and I just don't know because I don't have kids or anything like that. Well, you understand, Race. If someone has a different point of view, you can't convince them. I don't want to bring up anything that's going to cause a fight between you and I, Race. But if we lived in the same house, I couldn't force you to wear a mask, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to start a battle of COVID, non-COVID. I'm just trying to say, if you have your belief, you're not going to change. That's what I'm saying. They think they're right and they're not going to change. So they're thinking, okay, mom's a vegan, but that doesn't mean I have to go vegan too. My whole point of bringing that up, Ray, is just to say that you see, it's just how it's hard to convince someone. They have to want to do it on their own. You won't wear a mask unless you wanted to do it on your own. And no convincing, nothing I say, no argument I present, no study I present will have you change your mind. You have your way of thinking about it. And I'm saying that's the same kind of thing. It's the same, you can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do. I knew it was going to be a touchy subject. I just pointed that out to say you have, a belief that goes against what someone else has, and it's not going to change. I'm saying within your household. I'm not saying in a friendly debate, but within a household. Yeah, good point, Larry. Yeah, what's more extreme, eating plants or having heart surgery? That sounds pretty extreme. Yeah, see, there you go, Peter. When you were 10 years old, you didn't have the money to be fully vegan, so your parents forced you to eat chicken. See, there's a different perspective where the children want to be vegan. That's even more like a difficult situation, I think. Like, how does a child become like fully vegan when they're living with a family who's got the money for the food and typically prepares the food as well? That's a good point, JL. Yeah. What if her kids are bringing like crack into the house or heroin or something like that? Um, yeah, that's a good parallel example to bring up there. Um, yeah, you'd be bummed on that, huh? I don't know. How's that any different? That's a good point. I don't know. I'll think about that. We could talk about that next time. I guess here's the difference here. Um, if the kids are bringing crack and heroin into the house. First of all, that's those are illegal drugs, and secondly, those are harmful drugs too, addictive drugs that will kill you. Unlike meat can kill you, but it takes like decades to develop clogged arteries that would lead to heart attack. So yeah, there's kind of a difference there in that regard. The illegality and extreme bodily harm of these substances, and that they're physically addictive too. I'm not trying to justify one or the other. I'm just looking at the what's common, and because there is some commonality in that example for sure, but there are some differences as well. There's a good point, Imbon. You can't compare eating legal foods to taking illegal substances. Yeah, they're yeah, and physically addictive, and life-threatening substances. You can OD on, like, say, like, heroin, which you really can't on food. You, like, kill yourself kind of OD, I mean. I agree with you, Jill. Here's the whole thing. Here's why how I know this. I've spoken with family members ad nauseum about the ethical, moral principles of veganism. Yeah, I don't live with them, but they still won't go vegan. So here's your question there. If veganism is an ethical, moral stance, don't you teach that to them? Yeah, you do, but it doesn't mean they're going to accept that or believe it or be willing to make that change. That's what I'm saying. You can't force someone to do that. I wish we could, but you just can't really force someone to go vegan. Do you see what I'm saying? You can teach them. You can give them all the information you want. You show them the moral arguments, the environmental and health arguments, but still they have to make that decision themselves. Or else they're not gonna. My family hasn't been listening to me. That's why I have compassion for people who have other family members that in their own house. Fortunately, I don't have any in my own house. We're all vegan here, all two of us. Let's see, what's that, Peter? If somebody has kids, but their kids decide to spend their money buying dogs or cats, and then sat down at the table and ate the cats and dogs, wouldn't that be horrible? Shouldn't the parents want to stop them? Yeah, I agree. That's some effed up behavior there. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I understand the arguments, Peter. I understand the arguments. I know what you're getting at there. Because, yeah, people that, don't see any cruelty in treating animals poorly, like killing them for food, will cry and complain about like dogs and cats being mistreated. I get that. I get that completely, Peter. I'm just saying, can you really force people to go vegan? That's a good question. That's a good question. Can you? force people to go vegan? I mean, I guess you can, but is it right to force people to go vegan? That's a philosophical question into itself, an ethical question unto itself. Beyond veganism, the ethics of veganism, it's also an ethical, philosophical question. Is it right to force people against their will to go vegan? I don't know. I'm just putting that question out there. You can force your own children. Okay, well, I don't really know. I don't have children. I would like to say if I raise, I like to say I know if I were to have children, I would raise them vegan from start. I'm just saying to say, a mother in her 40s or 50s decided to go vegan and she had some 15-year-old kids who had not been raised vegan since birth. That's the question I'm talking about there. I'm not talking about starting a family from scratch. I would start a vegan family from scratch, no questions asked. But someone who is in midlife, turns vegan and has teenagers, can you force them to go vegan? That's what I'm saying. That's the philosophical question. Not can you. Is it right to? Is it right to have someone who's pretty much has an adult mind to be vegan? Say they're 16 years old, 17 years old, right about on adulthood. Or even if say they're 18, is that right to force them to eat in a way that they don't want to? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, guys. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. These are difficult questions. Like I said, these are philosophical questions now. These are the essence of ethical philosophical questions. And you're right, good point. They're not forcing them to be vegan. They're at best forcing them to be plant-based because, yeah, the kids forced to go vegan, they're not going vegan. They don't believe in the ethical, moral principles of veganism. They're just being forced a diet. They're being forced a vegan diet, but at best, these kids could be called plant-based. Again, the animals don't really care what people call it, but yeah, good point. That's why Imbon brings a great point there. They're not technically vegan. I agree with that 100%. I'm with you too there, Blacklist. Lead by example. Because I'm trying to think, if I were to start a family from scratch now, I would create a vegan family. But what would I do? Like, say, when I went vegan at age 43, and say I had a 15-year-old kid, could I really reasonably force them to eat in a way that they don't want to? And say they hate it and they hate me for it. I don't know. To me, that's just a thought experiment because I'm not in that position. I just kind of wonder what that would be like. I really don't know. I have no, that's like landing on the moon for me. I have no experience in that matter. Maybe some parents here can share some experience what that would be like. I'm just imagining. I don't know how I would force someone if they didn't want to. Like, I'm vegan, but I'm going to force you to be plant-based. Is that right? I don't know. Again, I would want to. I would hope that I would raise children who have the capacity to understand things as complicated as veganism. It's not that complicated to understand hey, this is good not only for the animals, you don't need to eat them, but it's also good for you. If you want to have a planet that you can live on when you're my age and older and pass it on to your children, going vegan is the best way that you can do something right now to make that goal become a reality for you. I mean, there's so many reasons. I would hope they'd be able to understand that. Actually watching my example for years and seeing how it's working out for me and understanding more about it, I would hope they'd come to that decision. But can you make someone do something that they don't understand and don't want to do? That's the philosophical question. But anyway, let's move on from that. These are good points. Everyone's bringing some good points up here. Yeah, I agree. I like everyone's point. Races, M bonds, Peter. Everyone's raising good points here. Yeah, I really don't know what the answer is to it. I just know how I've not been able to convince family members who don't live with me to go vegan. So I'm saying if they were living with me, that could be a problem. Yeah, you raise a good question there, Race Lover. That's a philosophical, ethical question there. It's the same question I've been, yeah, just rephrase what I said in a different way. They're approaching it from a slightly different angle. It's the same question there. Is that ethically right for that to happen? So I think, yeah, you're on the yes side of that one. I can see pretty strongly if you guys are on the yes side of that. I honestly don't know what the answer is to be. I can't imagine what it'd be like to, like, go vegan in my, like, middle age, and then have like a teenage kid to have on, like, you got to get on board with my thing, or else you're cut, or something like that. Like, what are you gonna do? Kick him out of the house at 15 or something like that? Like, or they're just gonna sneak. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know how it would work out. I've never had a kid before. Favorite vegan restaurant in LA? Oh man, I don't know. I mean, lately, like the past couple years, probably Vin Loy in Cerritos. It's like a vegan tofu, Asian fusion kind of restaurant. Roger, oh, your half of the house is vegan. I assume that's the half you can control there, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Travis, is it right for Amish to force kids to live the way they choose for them? Um, yeah, that's a good question too. Don't they send them out on that? I forgot what it's called, out into the world, which is kind of weird. They raise them in this kind of sheltered way, then they unleash them onto the world, which they're not prepared to deal with in any real meaningful way. Then they usually end up coming back because that's the world they understand, the Amish world. Um, let's see. I don't know. I I don't really know too much about the Amish, though, to be honest with you. But yeah, it seems like they are forcing a lifestyle. If they're forcing a diet, though, I don't know. But Blacklit raises a good point there. If you're a good cook, the children will eat it. So yeah, I think that speaks more than anything. If you're making good food, it will speak for itself there. I guess you could say this, Race Lover. If you want to be consistent in that reason, you could say, hey, child, I have gone vegan. I don't want to participate in exploiting and cruelty to animals before. So I'm not going to be buying any animal products anymore. I'm going to make really delicious food, and I would hope that you will like it too, because I'm pretty sure once you start eating this stuff, you will not notice any difference. We'll get you some vegan sausage from Beyond Meat. You're not going to notice the difference. We'll get you some vegan Ben and Jerry's. You're not going to notice the difference. There's not going to be anything that you're going to be missing. So I would expect that at the most. That's probably as hard as I would put it, because you probably have no control what they're doing outside of the house. But then again, now is that on you as a vegan parent? Are you still vegan if you're giving your children all vegan in the house, and then they go off with their friends or at lunch at school and eat whatever however they want? So I think I'd be cool with that. Just letting them know I'm going to give you some really awesome food. It's going to be zero sacrifice. We're going to make it all. We're going to buy it all. What do you think of that? Okay, so I had to think this through a bit. That's how I would probably. Okay, you like that? So that's what I was saying, Race. Could you force a child to be vegan? I was thinking, can you force a child to eat completely plant-based against their will? I was looking at it as a binary situation, either all plant-based or not. But yeah, in the house, I could set a law. Here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm the parent. I'm the one paying for the stuff. So my kitchen. So I will make you the most awesome food, because I know it's the most awesome food because I eat this most awesome food. It's healthy. And if we'll get some Beyond Burgers that'll look just like a burger. You can bring your friends over; they'll never know it's plant based. Yeah, so if you're cool with that, I'm cool with that approach there. To say, here's how we're gonna live in the house. Um, what you do on your own, I have no control over. I would hope that you would continue this, and hopefully they will. If you just get them to eat plant based food for maybe a month or two, they realize when they go out with their friends, like, oh, I'll just get the vegan burger because I'm into that now. I'm just saying, though, yeah, I agree with that too, Ray. So I'm just saying, I don't know if it's right to force someone to be vegan. I mean, I was thinking not only vegan in the house, but vegan outside the house too. I don't know if that's right, and I don't know if that's even possible. But yeah, I agree with that. Just say, hey, I'm going to give you this kick-ass food at home and deal with it. But yeah, no one could be forced to be vegan. But you can, I guess, like Samuel Jackson said in Pulp Fiction, my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian too. So that's what you'll do with your kids, which means that really just means, the girlfriend's making the food in the home, the parents are making the food, which will pretty much make the kids vegan. But he said pretty much because Samuel Jackson was eating a meat burger when he said that, because he was out with his guy friends, John Travolta. Yeah, I'm with you, Inbon. I don't. Yeah, I think I found the right answer. I just had to think this through. I agree with you 100%, Inbon. 100. You cannot force someone to become vegan. You cannot. It's something. It's a choice that has to be made by each individual person. So I agree with that, because I was thinking it like that. Could you force someone to be vegan? And Race is arguing yes. I'm going no. But you can have this ground where I found where you're vegan in the house, and you're going to make every effort to provide them delicious food. So that you're just not giving them like bird seed every day or something like that. You give them delicious food, how like we eat, and then maybe put in more like fake meat, like Beyond Burgers and crap like that, Beyond Sausage, add that in there. But yeah, when they go out of the house, you have no control over that. So in that sense, it's not on you. You have no connection to the chain of cruelty once they've left the house. I can live with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. See, I haven't really thought about this too much because I don't have a kid. I don't plan on having a kid anytime soon. So I've never really thought how this would work out. Before tonight, it's been more of kind of an intellectual exercise, if you will. Just something I'm imagining, sitting on my armchair, because I have no experience with children matters or anything like that. I hear you saying there, Peter, but that's kind of a different situation of forcing there. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm just trying to. That's another issue there too. I'm just trying to philosophically drill down through what we're talking about here, as far as like a parent and what is the best way to deal with like teenage kids who were not vegan up until like when you went vegan. Like, what are you going to do about them? So I think yeah, this is how you think things out. You sit there and flush it out and try to get down to the essence of it. And Bond, can we expect a workout stream? No, because my workout streams would be really boring. Yeah, right now I'm doing a more hypertrophy phase, which means I see vegan gains. He's lifting these heavy weights, he's benching 250, he's swinging these 60-pound dumbbells, I'm doing hypertrophy, which means I'm doing like 12, 15 reps of stuff. So people, you're weak, man. It's like, no, I'm try doing 15 reps really slow and squeezing your muscles the whole way through. It hurts. I mean, yeah, I could bang out like 6 reps of a heavy weight and that looks cool, but that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to like do a lot of high reps and really squeeze them muscles for hypertrophy right now. So it probably wouldn't be all that exciting. What would you do there, Race, if you had kids? Parents set the rules, can be enforced in the house, and if you're screwed if I catch you outside the house. So you're gonna set the rule outside the house too. Um, yeah, I guess I would hope they would carry it over to outside the house. But really what you're creating in the house is like, a vegan environment in the house, a plant-based environment in the house. But once they leave the house, they're not taking vegan ethics or morality with them. That's the problem. We don't care how you left. I know you don't, but I know what's going to happen. You're going to have some idiot anti-vegan guys look at Ryan. He's just like benching this or bicep curling that. That's weak. It's like, no, dude, I'm doing this for hypertrophy. I was doing strength for the past, for the first month and a half or two. I switched over to, for at least upper body hypertrophy. I'm still doing strength on the lower body, but it's just so, it's so, I know some anti-vegan's going to like, look at all he's doing. Well, no, I'm doing like 15 reps of this lightweight. I'm not just lifting it for 5 or 6 reps or something like that. I just know the anti-vegans are going to, oh, look at that. He's weak, you know? It's like, no, this is how, you know, hypertrophy phase can go. No smoking. Yeah, that's a good rule for the house too, Uncle Walt. I can't stand smoking at all. So I guess I would have to have rules if I were a parent. I haven't really thought about this too deeply because I just am not a parent and don't have any intentions or anything on the horizon that's going to change that. Okay, Mbon, good point. If any anti-vegan says something about the weights I lift, you can get on camera and record your lifts and shut them down. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I need some of that ready to go. um, let's see. To be fair, I do pretty heavy deadlifts, super clean, and anti-vegans would find a way to say how bad you are. No, they just keep pushing the goalpost back. If let's say I'm deadlifting 250 pounds, look at, oh, he can't even do 300 pounds. So if I get up to 300 pounds, oh, he can't even do twice his body weight. They'll just keep pushing the goalpost back. I've noticed this happen in weightlifting. There's no satisfying. Even someone who's like on an elite Olympic level, people will complain about their lifts. He only won 1 gold medal, or he only won a bronze medal. Like, no, he was at the Olympics competing against the best. I'm talking about like Kendrick Ferris, you know, he only got like 8th place. Like, no, he beat out every other American man to qualify for the United States Olympic weightlifting team, but he's got to win a gold. You know, he didn't win a gold because he's vegan, you know, so they just keep pushing it back. Even on any level, from my lame level to Olympic level, they'll just keep pushing the goalpost back. You know, if he only won 1 gold medal, they'll say he should have won 3 gold medals. You know, there's no way to win against anti-vegans. See, you guys kept me on a lot longer tonight than I thought I was going to be. Wow. Hopefully Angie's doing some good editing. 2.5 hours. Race Lever should be freaking stoked. You know, this is like his dream. No, I've never been to Quebec. I've never been to Canada. I know Peter has been trying to get me to come up there. Now, if I were to go to Canada anytime soon, it wouldn't be anytime soon, but next time I would travel to Canada, my first time to Canada would probably be West Coast, you know, because that's closest and easiest for us. So I'll probably, yeah, do British Columbia, then eventually someday see the more central and eastern parts of Canada. But yeah, I'd love to go to Quebec and speak a little French. Oh no, I just did something wrong to my mic here. 1 second, guys. I know, Race, you're going to push the goalpost back. If I did 3 hours, you say real vegans do 4-hour live streams. Yeah, Mbon, yeah, get an HHV shirt to wear at the gym. Yeah, we got them, most sizes in stock right now. Oops. Let me check our store right now to see where we're at right now. Let's see. Which one are you looking for? You're looking for the muscle tee. That'll show off your gains there. And we have all sizes of the muscle tee right now. And the black tee look good on you too. Those fit nice. They're cut really cool. There's a cool, you know, they're flattering for a cut physique. Small, medium, large, extra large. So we got our stuff in stock right now. So let me put a link to our store and get that there for you. Yeah, get them while they're in stock, because yeah, we're stocked up decently well right now, but things can change pretty quickly. Fortunately, when I went to reorder last time from our t-shirt makers, I got a pretty big order in. All right, so yeah, cool. Real vegans perpetually levitate. Yeah, you should be able to do that too as a vegan, huh? Tie-dye hoodies. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen our supplier in their catalogs offer a tie-dye hoodie. I'll check it out. Uh-oh, guys. You know what this means? I'm out of water. It means the live stream is nearly over. This is like, I guess, my hourglass, huh? Once the water's gone, I'm gone. M. Bond, any tips on finding a vegan significant other? Yeah, yeah, totally. I'm assuming from your screen name picture that you're male. So that gives you a big plus at many vegan events. I think things have changed. I mean, there were way more, I think, vegan females a few years ago, and I think it's the number of males is starting to get more proportional. But I'm saying, yeah, vegan events. Soon, I don't know where you live at, but I mean, maybe you live in a place where it's safer to go out than most places around here. I see places like New Zealand, South America, South Korea doing way better. They're having more social events. But I'm saying, yeah, get out when you can and just get yourself to vegan events, vegan pop-ups, vegan festivals. Find a group of, like, wherever city you live at. Was it Quebec? Vegan, vegan meetups, and just make yourself known. You'll find probably the ratios are favorable for you. I just was going by his picture, Travis. I wasn't assuming anything. I just had to make a judgment based on a silhouette of a illustration that looked like a man's thing. So not a man's thing. It's just like a man's physique, not a thing. Anyway. Yeah, I guess this is training for my 6-hour live stream, huh? Yeah, Texas. Yeah, you guys are like us here. Yeah, not doing that great. So yeah, they're canceled this year. All ours are canceled for this year too. You're on the same boat here. Yeah. So next year, yeah, go to vegan events. Just hang out with vegans. I think that, and wear a Happy Holiday Vegan T-shirt. That'll make it just unambiguous that you're vegan and you watch cool YouTube channels. Yeah, I thought that might have catch your attention there, Race. Yeah, produce not pills. Yeah, I remember we learned that you're not a dude on a was it a live stream or on one of our live premieres of a new video. What's that blacklist? You were in Portland in a meeting. They said name and pronoun. Pronoun? What were they asking about? Why would they want to know a pronoun? Like any pronoun? Like her, it? Like what are they asking about? All right, guys. Any last minute questions before I get going here? And I'll try to do some research tonight, assuming Angie's still working. I'll try to do some research into hooking up or creating a Discord server. I know Race doesn't like the name Discord that much, but Discord server and attempts to be able to get some more discussion on here with you guys. So yeah, if I get off now, I'll go devote a little bit of research time into that because I'm too burnt out now to like do any research more into my taxes and stuff like that. So wow, Neither Wonder Cat, you're still here. You're like the first person on like 2.5 hours ago. So wow, that's totally awesome. Now I'm too tired to play guitar right now too. Yeah, it's the fact that again I haven't been playing all that much for the past like couple months. So I'm gonna play tomorrow for sure. I'm not gonna make any excuses. If I play in the morning, I'll play in the morning. I just like to play at night. So that's kind of like my dilemma tonight, guys. Actually, it was should I do a live stream or should I do some music related stuff like play guitar or work on a song I'm mixing right now? I decided to come hang out with you guys. So if there's some time, shoot, you see, there's all these things I can do. Like after I get off, huh? Should I work on some music? Shall I do some research into Discord? There's always something to do, something to learn. I'm never bored, is what I'm saying. That's why my life hasn't changed too much during this whole COVID. I'm still at home doing stuff all the time. And yeah, we can get some accordion on our next song there. But anyway, guys, yeah, I think 2 hours, 43 minutes sounds like a pretty good live stream. So yeah, I think this prepped me to get my 6-hour live stream in order, which I'm still trying to produce together. I've just been really slow at that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going, and thanks for all the discussion. I'm glad we chatted in some depth there. Hope I didn't lose too many people when we were talking about the issue of being a vegan parent in a home with like teenage non-vegan kids, how to deal with that. Like I said, I never really spent too much time thinking about that, and there are a lot of interesting issues about that. So yeah, I think you kind of saw me do what my thing is in real time, kind of come to a position with a kind of an open mind, and I see what the issues are, and I try to flesh it out, discuss it, look at it from different sides. It's kind of like the Socratic method, so more or less, if you've ever heard of that, Socrates, and try to arrive at a conclusion through rational discussion. So that's what I kind of like to do. So thanks for engaging me with that. That was fun. All right, guys. So anyway, yeah, it was good. Yeah, you guys raised up good points. You guys actually helped me come to a better point of view on that than I probably would have on my own, just having all the ideas banging around. That was awesome. That was cool. We got to do that again. That was cool. That was like a new first here in the Happy Healthy Vegan live stream, really just banging an issue out. Because a lot of the issues are really settled, but actually that's an interesting philosophical, ethical issue. So I thank you guys for helping me with that. That was great. All right, guys. You're going to flush out all my errors. I wasn't an error race. I came to it with an open mind, aware of the philosophical issues at hand, and trying to arrive at the best way to approach it. So I think you guys helped me with that. It wasn't an error. It's not having a fixed opinion right off the bat. Anyway, guys, just I'm aware of all the complications. Not all, but the important ones. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. And I'm not sure when my next live stream will be, but I'll take a guess. Maybe Friday will be my first scheduled one. And if so, I'll schedule it on YouTube. It'll say, like, live stream in 2 hours or 3 hours or something like that. And I'll make that a regular thing, Friday night live stream. So maybe this will be the first one. Hopefully I'll have time to get that all together, because I do want to make a regular in-studio video sometime this week too, and we're already at Wednesday here, so my goodness, time goes by quickly, guys. All right, guys, much love. Thanks for joining me on this Wednesday night, and we'll be seeing you soon. So whatever you guys do between now and then, keep it vegan, guys. All right, I'm going to get going here. What button do I hit?